Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. I am your host once again this week, Al Rainey. I have my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Matt Odom, holding some Spirit Bomb drink. Okay. And then Tonio Capsule Corp Coleman is representing Dragon Ball with his Capsule Corp t-shirt, which I like. I'm going to have to get that shirt myself. I just have on a dingy brown t-shirt with the camouflage hat tonight.
With the Killer Army hat.
Still Killer Army hat, Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this show started tonight. But first and foremost, just want to find out how y'all guys doing this evening.
Hey, man. Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
TC?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good. Living the American dream like Dusty Rhodes. Okay. All right, folks. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. And hopefully we won't be on here long, but you know how we do. But anyway, first things first, top of the list is the Black Panther trailer. So I'm pretty sure that anybody that's actually watching the show tonight has actually viewed the Black Panther trailer. It dropped on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, maybe this weekend. I'm not totally sure. Personally, I have watched the trailer about 16 times, trying to dissect it to see if I could find something in particular. TC's laughing, so he's probably watched it about 38 times. But I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm gonna go ahead and let TC, who is our resident Black Panther fan, get us kicked off. So TC, give us your thoughts as what do you think? What was the deal? What did you like? What you didn't like? What got you crunk? What you was like, okay. Go. Take it away, sir.
I will say that that was a really impressive trailer, and it really played off of the first small tape, like the little teaser trailer they did at first, and this one they actually showed more of it at the end of it. The thing that impressed me the most, which I actually liked in it, was Michael B. Jordan's character in there with Eric Killmonger, and you could tell. I mean, you could tell the difference between the characters as far as because his character was exiled from Wakanda when his father teamed up with uh, Claw back in the day, so his family was kicked out. And you could tell because he was the only one, if you listen to him while they were talking, that actually had an American accent. The rest of them had like an African style accent, except for him. He was the only one that still had the American accent in the show. The only thing I'm really worried about on there is the use of CGI effects in it because it looks really CGI heavy in there. I like the way the suits look on Black Panther and with Killmonger with both his characters because if you look at his, like if you stop it so you can see the detail of it, his looks almost like a jaguar with the spots on the helmet on there for it. So I'm impressed by that. Also, the suit looked like it came from the necklace that he had, that neck piece he had on there, and it basically just shredded the rest of the clothes on there, which it did the same thing for Black Panther when you see him running through the streets, and it just shredded that off of there as well. So I'm really excited. I think this is going to be Marvel's most important movie that they're going to be doing because this is their chance, number one, at a character that's going to be changing the phase of the way the Marvel movies are going. It's going to be representing as far as like just black actors, black characters in a movie to see what they can do with it if they can make it popular. And I think they can with the director they got, with him having the track record he does. I think he's going to be successful with it, especially with the Marvel money backing him up on that for it. So to me, the sky's the limit on this movie of what potential it can be.
Okay. All right, Mr. Odom, care to chime in, sir?
Good evening, everybody. There's not much to say. This movie is going to be world class. This is going to be top shelf. This is going to be that old wine that your uncle have in the basement that he tell you not to touch.
Oh, my son.
Because you ruin it if you open it up. Kind of like what Bro Coleman doing right there. See how you open it up? See, that's how you don't want to open that wine. Because you'll ruin it.
It got the ripple, man. Is that the ripple? From
the ripple.
Ripple.
Let me tell you
Real
something, man.
cool.
I held back. I'm the only person. I kept this secret from everybody. I'm the only person that did not watch the trailer until tonight. I stayed away from all comments. I stayed away from anything anybody said anything about it. Looked at it. There's nothing to see. This movie is gonna be top shelf. You know, they're not gonna get this wrong. I'm not even worried about it. Marvel, when they put their best foot forward with the product, you can tell. When you see something like Inhumans, they did not put their best foot forward. That is my only gripe with Marvel, is that they will half-ass certain stuff, and then certain stuff they'll go all the way out on.
Yeah.
That's my only criticism with Marvel, is I wish they would put this type of effort into their products across the spectrum. And then that way, people are satisfied, because Inhumans versus it leaves a sour taste in one's mouth, because you're like, damn man, I really wish that Inhumans or you know, some of these other shows would look like this right here. I mean, clearly, as Antonio stated, is that you see the use of CGI in this movie, and so it's like, why did y'all not think about that before y'all put this other show out there? I mean, that's the type of show that needs that kind of CGI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm thrilled that the movie looks really good, man. It's you're gonna see it, and you know, I know I'm probably gonna catch a little heat for this, but you're gonna start seeing a lot of black folk running around talking about black. I'm a Black Panther fan, man. So just go ahead and start getting ready. Folks that didn't even know who he was, anything about him, it's just going. It's. I saw a meme somewhere saying that at the movie theater, it's gonna be a soul food buffet going to a line going to the theater to see the movie somewhere. I have to find that meme and see if I can upload it. But I mean, that kind of tells you that this is going to be one of those. You know, as a comic book fan, as I'm not as big a Black Panther fan as Antonio is, but as a fan of the Black Panther, I can already tell you I'm gonna be disgusted with it after the movie, because it's gonna be so commercial. It's like it's I see it coming. I see the storm.
Yeah.
I see the category 5 coming.
Talking about the backlash.
No, but not necessarily the backlash. It's just more, you're gonna have folks running around acting as if they were, you know, Black Panther fans for the last 45 years.
Yeah.
They're gonna be debating with people like Antonio, you know, and you know, it is what it is. But that comes with the territory. But my main gripe about it is that I wish Marvel would put the same amount of work into some of their other products that they put into stuff like this. And I think Marvel will be good. DC, I hope y'all watching this, man. Hope y'all watched that trailer, and I hope y'all saw that, because take your time, man. You don't have to force feed anything. Now, here's a movie, back to what we were talking about last show. Here's a movie with a guy who debuted in another movie, who he has supporting roles in that movie, but here's a clean cut origin. This is what characters the DC universe lacks. They lack movies outside of Wonder Woman and Batman. I guess you could say the Batman trilogy. Outside of that, they lack clear cut origin movies. Now you can you can have somebody say, well, you know, nobody's checking for Aquaman, nobody's checking for Green Lantern. You'd be surprised at some of the people that will actually go see that. So what I'm saying is that if they would take their time and create a good solid product, or follow this method that Marvel has, they pretty much laid. It's like when everybody studies for the SAT, we know that Kaplan has the study guide. Well, Marvel has given you the study guide on how to do what you need to do. It's just a matter of doing it. This movie, Black Panther, is going to be a certified hit. There's no doubt about it. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to break record numbers or whatever. And if it does, that's great. But it's going to be very interesting to see how they move forward. And while I watch the trailer, in my mind, I'm trying to think of what is going to be the end credit. I'm already trying to figure out what the end credit is going to be for the movie. So, I mean, hey, We got Thor coming out next month. That'll hold us over, and then about 3 months later. Well, as a matter of fact, Tonyo, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Punisher come out the same month they come out?
No.
It doesn't?
As what?
When
As
does
Black
Punisher
Panther?
come out? Yeah.
Black Punisher was supposed to be out this month. They actually said that,
It's
but
postponed.
they postponed it due to all the stuff in Vegas.
Okay, so we'll probably get it in February then. That's what it was rumored at
I'm
one
thinking
time.
like around. My guess is around like that week of Thanksgiving. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well we'll
That's what
see.
I hope. I hope that at that time, but you never know.
But that's my thoughts on it. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, X, good that you joined us, sir. I'm glad you're here.
What's up? What's up?
And as I forgot to say, I'm glad for all of our viewers to be here tonight. Matt, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm gonna speak on it for a second. I'm gonna let you speak on the X. We've had this conversation before. All of us at different levels of being who we are as comic book fans. We have had a long-standing history of being comic book fans, of being Black comic book fans. One thing that I don't like, and I mean that's just me, and some people say, well, you just get over it. Kind of like what Matt alluded to is the fact that 4 or 5 years ago, people weren't checking for Black Panther. Um, Black Panther pretty much was another hero in the Marvel universe that existed. It was more or less one of those situations where you had people that knew of Black Panther, but they didn't know him. Of course, when Civil War dropped, that gave him, a lot more exposure than he had before, which is good. Because Black Panther, I mean, for those that read Black Panther, um, he is one complex character. I mean, a lot of people don't know this dude can control the dead now. At one point, he was in a storyline where he fought he fought God Doctor Doom with the Infinity Gauntlet. But going back to the trailer, I think the trailer was an awesome trailer. It really showcased how much care and time that Marvel has actually placed in the movie itself. I feel like the movie is going to do great. I do feel like there will be some heavy commercialization within the Black community. I see bootleg Black Panther t-shirt being sold at Salim's, flea markets. And I'm being honest, I know you laughing, TC, but if you
True.
think
Yeah.
about it, man, I mean, you have a property that, like Matt said, you got people putting memes on Facebook talking about when they go to the Black Panther premiere, the night the Black Panther movie opens, they going in dashikis and stuff, knowing full well you ain't gonna go buy no dashiki to go watch no movie. But then again, you might. I mean, Black Panther's had a storied history in Marvel, Fantastic Four, 52 or 22, one of the two. And then Jack Kirby wrote and inked Black Panther #1 that came out in the early 70s. So, I mean, he's been around for a while. It does bother me too a bit that you have people that are automatic fans and been fans of Black Panther for like all but ever since Marvel Civil War came out, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about that. All I can do is be true to who I am. But needless to say, the trailer was outstanding to me. The Killmonger, that whole scene where he lifted his hand up with that dagger in the back and he just transmorphosized into that suit, that was tight. That was super tight. I mean, they laid the background for this. I consider Black Panther to be a superhero version of Coming to America. That's the way I see it.
I thought about that the other day.
That's how I see it. It's a superhero
It is.
version of
It
Coming
definitely
to
is.
Yeah.
America. I mean, even though, the movie is supposed to take place primarily in Wakanda, I mean, it gives you that air. I mean, Black Panther is the king of Wakanda, his mom's over there. I mean, and then everybody that's in the movie, Michael B. Jordan, Angela Bassett, what's her name? Dana Garai, Forrest Whitaker, Frodo, and what's his face from Lord of the Rings. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's going to be an epic movie. That movie has some high quality acting caliber behind it. So if anything, man, putting the CGI aside, the special effects, if anything, man, we ought to see a great performance all the way through that movie. Yeah, it's a comic book movie, but at the same time, you got some Oscar winners up in that piece. You're not slacking with, Black Panther starring Al Rainey as T'Chaka. No, that's not happening. You got some heavy hitters. So I'm looking forward to the movie. The movie I feel like it's gonna be a pretty good blockbuster. I think it might break some records. Um,
Oh yeah.
the truth is
Nice.
out there, folks. I don't know
Nice.
why this man is calling me. He knows we do the show on Wednesday nights, and I can't get to the phone because it's on the other side of my bed. But anyway, that's not Fox Mulder calling me, y'all.
I'm talking
Okay,
about how you had a real Blair Witch look on your face when that music started
because I
playing. Though.
I wasn't expecting it to come on, man, because I thought I had turned the volume down, but nonetheless, the truth is out there, people. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the movie. I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm hoping we could actually link up and go watch it together. So, X, give us your thoughts and opinions on that Black Panther trailer, man. I know you've seen it a few times.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like how they modernized Wakanda and Africa, and they showed how I like how when the jet went in there, how they cloaked, and then you saw this whole new world, and they're like, "Hey, Africa ain't that far behind y'all. We're actually ahead of y'all when it comes to technology." You know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed that. I really think that it's fixing to, it's been to cause a stir. A lot of people when Matt was talking, I said the backlash. I thought he was going to allude to how it's going to be so many people trying to give backlash on there on why it's not white people in the show, in the movie, and this that, and the other when it's based around African characters. You know what I'm saying? And if this movie comes out and does as good as it looks like it would do, it'll shut down almost every other Marvel movie. So I think it's gonna be some backlash off of that. But guess what? I don't care. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We deserve this, and I can't wait to go see it. I will be there opening night. I don't care if I gotta find a way to be sick at work or not, but I'll be there.
I wouldn't have said that on YouTube, man.
Hey, I'm not worried. I got vacation time.
I'm
I'm
just
good.
joking. I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. But you know what?
I'm sick now.
No, not like me. I got the T virus. But anyway,
No,
I got yeah, man. Listen, I'll explain after the show. But anyway,
Raccoon City.
yeah, all over again on Forest Hill Road. But I don't think it's gonna be much of a backlash because to be honest with you, man, this movie. And let me just say this, and I'm not trying to sound facetious. I'm not trying to sound like no coon, because y'all know I'm far from that. But this movie wasn't made specifically for black people.
Right.
This movie was made because it's actually expanding a universe where Black Panther happens to inhabit that universe. Um, the options and the opportunity was presented for Marvel to do a Black Panther movie, and I think with the success that they've had recently with the Guardians, with Marvel Civil War, I think that they decided that they were going to, pull all the stops when making this particular movie. So I think when you're looking at it, of course, yeah, a lot of black people gonna go watch the movie. But as I had to school somebody online some time ago on social media, you know, the majority of Black Panthers, comic book readers are white.
Yep. Yep.
So I mean, if you want to be technical about it, because those are true fans. Of course, you're gonna have the backlash about there's not enough white people in the movie, but again, it's an African comic book character. You open up the pages of a Black Panther book, And unless Captain America or Iron Man or the Avengers or somebody over there eating dinner, you ain't gonna see too many white people in the pages of the book unless it's some type of crossover.
Right.
So I mean, they could kick rocks with that. I mean, it's but you gonna always have. I mean, people are complaining about that now, but most of them aren't even comic book fans to begin with. They just want to find something to complain about. So, but I think it looks like the consensus that everybody is looking forward to the movie, and hopefully it knocks everything out of the park. Our expectations. I did read an article about supposedly, being that Infinity War is going to precede Black Panther, that there was supposedly or allegedly some tie-in to that in the Black Panther movie. So supposedly it's going to be some kind of way where they're going to mix Thanos in there, or some type of mention of the Infinity Stones, or something is going to be the catalyst in this movie to set up the Infinity War. I mean, again, that's left up to conjecture because it's a rumor right now, but we'll see. Okay, so moving on. Another trailer actually dropped last week. I was disappointed, but I didn't diss it, because normally when I get on the offensive about stuff, I tear new anuses, when it comes down to certain things. And the fellas know pretty much what I'm talking about. A trailer of the New Mutants dropped. Now, if you're not aware of who the New Mutants are, the New Mutants was a book that was actually jump started around 1982, 1983, by Chris Claremont, and I cannot remember the artist. But Chris Claremont is one of the seminal writers of the X-Men. He started writing Uncanny X-Men back in the mid 70s, right after John Size X-Men #1. And he had an extraordinary run on that particular book. He has been credited for actually fleshing out all the characters that you know and love today: Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, even Cyclops to a degree. So the New Mutants was basically an offshoot of the X-Men. X-Men at the time were away, if I'm not mistaken. They were in space, and Charles Xavier decided that he wanted to, or Moira McTaggart was basically wanting to start another group to fulfill Charles Xavier's dream. So that's where the New Mutants come from. So they're pretty much kind of like an offshoot of the new X-Men. You had 5 teenagers from different parts of the world: Daniel Moonstar, Rand Sinclair, Bobby DaCosta, Samuel Guthrie, and Jean McCoy. So basically, Fox Studios has decided that they were going to do a movie on the New Mutants. The reason why is because they have all the X-Men and mutant properties, and they're pretty much throwing a middle finger to Marvel Studios, saying, "Hey, we got it, and you don't." So they dropped the video trailer last week, and this New Mutants movie is supposed to be touted as a horror movie. So, man, I'm gonna let you go first, man. What did you think of the trailer?
Can't work with it. Won't work with it. Cannot. Will not. Unacceptable. For everything that you saw good with Black Panther, here's another movie that is the antithesis of everything that is that. This is what you call, when you go out to eat, and you go to, I'll use Applebee's, who is not a sponsor of this show, by the way. You go to Applebee's, you expect to, eat Applebee's. You don't expect to eat Ruth Chris. So when I see New Mutants, I liken that to kid cuisine, because that is the level on which that movie is.
Kid cuisine.
And I know Larry Crock is watching this. I know he's watching it. I know I'm going to hear about this tomorrow. I know, because I know he's watching this. But there's nothing you can do to convince me that New Mutants is going to be a top shelf movie. I mean, it was damn from the start. I mean, horror movie. I mean, really? You gonna sell me on a comic book that brought Deadpool and Cable and everybody else to the like? There he is. I told you.
There he is.
I told you.
That was like a
You
run
gonna
in. That was like a run in right there, coming down to the ring
speak of
right
the devil in
there.
here,
Music hit,
yeah,
and he just showed up, man.
yeah, man. That is straight Barry Allen stuff, man. You are going to sell me on a movie. One of my actually, Al, you know what? I've never said this on the show, but New Mutants was one of those books that I really liked, and for them to make this a horror movie, and then you give it this tone, I really I have low expectations, man. And I'll be honest with you, man. I have lower expectations for this than I did when Logan came out.
Ooh.
You know, if you ask me, if you put Logan up beside this movie and you say, Matt, which one would you go see? I'd go see Logan 2 or 3 times before I go see this. I really don't have high expectations for this movie, man.
The trailer I
really
saw,
don't.
man, I liked it, man. You know, I say if you take the term, if you take the title New Mutants away from it, man, nobody would look at it the way they're looking at it.
Just take New off and put
Hey,
Mutants.
y'all look over his right shoulder.
Yeah, I saw it. 87.
No, that's the lenticular cover for the Cable that came out today.
Oh, already showing his wares off, folks.
I guess I could say this, man. It can't be any worse than that right there. So I mean, right now that's the shit bowl of movie. Well,
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one the Logan treatment, man. I'm gonna say after seeing the trailer, I'm gonna say I was at about a 5 before. I'm about a 6.5 now. If they give me another trailer, they might give me up to about a 7.
I don't know, man. It's hard. I just feel, you know, we go back to what we said in the first segment. I feel like when people put their best foot forward, you see the best product. I do not see the best product with this New Mutants movie. I really don't. I don't understand. You know, and I'll appreciate this. And even Larry, you might take this to an extent. I just don't see how they go when you start putting out all this X-Men stuff. How is it connected? It's exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like you just throw it, like I said last show when we were talking about Marvel. It's you throw shit at the wall and you look and you hope that it sticks. And I feel like that's what they're doing because they got these movies and we got to put something out. And so, hey man, they go into the boardroom and they sit at the table. And it's like you said the other night when you were talking, Larry. Well, what do you got? Well, here, man, I've got New Mutants. Let me see it. Let me read it. Well, man, you know we got to get this movie out or we're going to lose these rights in a couple of months. But, man, just go ahead, man. We got to hold on to this property, man. We got to hold on to it. And so you get this stuff, and it sucks. It's garbage. I know the movie hasn't come out, but I can tell. I can smell it.
What I'm gonna say, man, I appreciate them. He crazy, man. I can appreciate them going a different route than the MCU. Because sometimes you do have to throw some at the wall and see if it sticks, man, because you want to try something different and you might catch that lightning in the bottle. You just never know. So I can appreciate them going a different direction. And with the X-Men stuff, you can go a number of different ways. Now, as long as they're not taking the actual I think they got a lot of more liberties with it not having the title of X-Men, because New Mutants, you could take that 1,000 different ways because it's not one of those properties where you got a whole lot of expectations that's tied to it. When you have the title X-Men, it's a whole lot of expectations and a whole lot of pressure that's put on you when you actually have the title X-Men. But you take X-Force, X-Factor, New Mutants, all that stuff, you can go 1,000 different ways because the actual fan base for those are smaller than the actual Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops. When you got that core team, it's a lot of expectations that come with that core team.
Let me say this. I would rather see this tone of a movie, this dark tone that we see with this movie. I would like to see something like that with an X-Force movie. I'd rather see you take that tone and move it towards a prop. Now, Larry, I
We're gonna give it a chance. It can lead
well,
up to that.
well, I said, well, I was just getting ready. You beat me to it. I was getting ready to say, well, there is a percentage of this, that a small percentage that this could turn out to be like Logan, because Logan had that dark tone and it panned out well for it. So I'm going to give it a 10% chance.
They can
I'm going
even
to give it a 10%.
they can even spin it with magic, man, and saying that they in limbo. They can do a lot. They can do a lot
Right.
of stuff with the movie if it just depends on the storyline. All we know is a horror movie. It's got that tone to it, right? And that's all we know. We don't know a storyline or anything. We don't even know the mutants that they're going to introduce into the movie. So I think we need to find a little bit more about it, and then we can give a more astute type of critique about it. But right now, it's just kind of all we know is the name of it's New Mutants, and it's a horror tone. It could be the Demon Bear saga, which it could be technically. It
It
could have it.
actually is.
Yeah,
It's based on the Demon Bear saga. So
yeah. So
They gave the names of the characters. I can't remember all of them right offhand, but
it's the original five. It's Sunspot, Cannonball,
Wolfsbane.
Moonstar, Wolfsbane, and Karma.
Yeah.
oh, is Magic not it? Cause I thought the girl with the long blonde hair might have been Magic.
Well, in the trailer, they really didn't focus on her, because I actually had to watch another trailer to figure out who was who, because I kind of figured Wolfsbane was the girl on the gurney,
Mm-hmm.
and then of course I could figure out who Moonstar was, but I didn't know who Cannonball was and who Sunspot was. But X, what's your thought process on it, sir?
So this is gonna sound real odd coming from me because you know I have bashed every X-Men movie in the past, with the exception of Logan. But as far as a New Mutants movie, I'm not excited. But this could be a very good horror movie, if that makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I saw, if they didn't say it was New Mutants, that is a movie that all of us would
Exactly.
probably be wanting to go see. So I'm just gonna actually take Larry. I learned from Logan, with me going to see it and expecting something else, and it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but I still enjoyed the movie. That is how I'm going to approach New Mutants. I'm gonna sit back and wait and see, and hope that I walk out enjoying the movie as a movie. I'm not expecting it to be a true New Mutants movie, because we know we're not gonna get a true New Mutants
Right.
movie from Fox. But the what the people from what I saw, this could be a very entertaining movie, just not a New Mutants movie. And like I said,
Right.
I know this sounds odd coming from me because I'm a purist when it comes to movies and comic book movies and TV shows, but I thought I might actually enjoy this movie, just not as New Mutants. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, for everybody at home that's watching this, keep this date, because that's a very unbiased critique coming from X.
That it is. TC, your thoughts?
Let me say this. Let me ask a question first, because I'm not heavy in the New Mutants, but from the what I looked at on the trailer and understood, is the tone of this supposed to be taking place basically like after like the Old Man Logan sword?
I don't think so.
I think from what I read,
No.
I think kind of, sort of.
Because they show like the tombstones and stuff at the beginning,
Right.
trolling through there. I'm honestly tell y'all, I really have high hopes for this movie, and the reason is that if you think about it it's gonna be set up in like a horror, like y'all said, like a horror tone. But I think the horror is really gonna come in from the perspective of the mutants themselves,
Right.
because they're not gonna understand what's going on,
It's gonna be like
and they're
Gifted.
gonna be kind of scared. Yeah, they're gonna be kind of scared and not knowing like, oh, I can do this or I can do that and I can do the other. But nobody's ever seen this in a long, long time,
Right.
Right.
as far as anything like that happening. So I actually have high hopes for this movie. And looking at it, because I'm really not looking at it as far as like a horror movie. I know that's the kind of tone they trying to set out for it, but I think it's more of a horror for the kids themselves and what they're able to do,
From their
and
perspective.
Right.
and it just frightening them in that
Like
situation. So
like not
I
to
think
cut
it's
you off,
gonna be.
TC. Sorry to cut you off, but I had to piggyback off what you said. Like,
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying 100% because even if those aren't the same kids from Logan, the same fear that they had in Logan is the same fear that they can have in this movie, which can make this movie work. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I
That's
just
what I.
wanted to
That's what
piggyback
I was
off that real
thinking.
quick.
That's what I was thinking
Who's directing
when
it?
I saw the trailer.
Let me see.
Once again, everybody at home, that's 2. We got TC. Oh my goodness, boy.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's just the perspective you got to look at it from, and how they trying
Josh
to set the
Boone.
tone for the movie on there.
Let me ask something, TC. Marvel shot you a little something today.
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm just asking, man. You know,
Nah,
don't get this too often.
I ain't getting no royalty check today.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably gonna give you a connection, Larry, because think it like when whoever posted it in the Pop Culture Buddies the trailer. I watched the trailer twice, and I posted in there. If you go back and look, I said I was going to reserve my judgment until I see another trailer. I think my thing is that being a fan of that particular series, because I own the whole first volume from 1 to 100 and half of volume 2. I think my thing is that I want it to be. I don't want it to be primarily a horror based movie. I want it to be equal terms horror, equal terms comic book movie. Meaning, I want to be able to see, and I know this might sound comic bookish or foolhardy, but I want to see Sunspot power up like he did in the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Sunspot letting, that 9 vulnerable blast field. That's what drew me to those characters. And I think hopefully they won't skirt that out of the way just because they're saying it's New Mutants. And then just make it out of a horror movie, and then at the end they unmask the guy and say, "This is Mr. McFeeny." Well, I would have got away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So I hope that if they do go the route of the horror movie genre, I mean, the Demon Bear saga was a deep story. It ran from New Mutants 18 through 20 or 22, if I'm not mistaken. And the story really centered around Danielle Moonstar. It was a demon bear that pretty much attacked her mostly in her dreams, to where she had to actually team up with the rest of the team, which was one of their first major foes, to be honest with you, that the New Mutants fought as a team. So I'm going to reserve judgment. As X and TC said, Logan taught me a lesson. And that's if Fox allows for their directors to be unfettered and not tied to that cookie cutter X-Men crap. Turn out some good movies. Deadpool was an example. Logan was an example. I'm hoping Deadpool 2 is the same. I don't have any hopes for Dark Phoenix at all. They actually stopped. They filmed. They ended shooting for that. By the way, I don't have any high hopes for that.
Good Lord, that was
yeah,
and
they
Deadpool too.
Yeah, and Deadpool. You're right. I think they ended shooting for Phoenix last week, and for Deadpool, it's been about maybe 2 weeks ago.
They filmed that in what, a month?
I don't know.
Shit, 2
And I
months.
did want to say, as far as like movie wise, as far as how the tone and everything goes, if you look at a movie that came out recently, like a year ago, was Split. I don't know if any of y'all saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, great
That
movie.
totally, it totally went the opposite direction of what you thought it was going to be when you saw the trailer on there for it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be the Unbreakable sequel until the end.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Here's the thing. Everybody has pretty much written off M. Night Shyamalan until they saw Split. Split was great, eh?
I think that a movie like that, I mean, just from seeing the trailer, if they kind of put a twist on it, which I think they're gonna do, I think it actually could be really good.
Well, here's to hoping that they do. pull a rabbit out of a hat because you know, they're going down the line. They've already done 6, 7 X-Men movies. Now they're moving into a new territory with the New Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm hoping for their sake that they are successful. Because like I said, I like to see it. And even if it doesn't match the comic book to a T, if I could leave out the movies feeling satisfied, that's all I care about.
Right.
I don't want to leave the movies like I was sitting on my couch watching X-Men Apocalypse. I don't want to feel that way because I feel dirty. I feel cheated.
Hey,
Oh,
I tried
man.
to tell y'all not to watch that movie.
You know, curiosity killed the cat.
Hey, you had to at least watch it.
No.
I had to watch it because I had to. I mean, that was just moving right along. Okay, so basically, all right. So let's see here. Okay, so we talked about the New Mutants trailer. One thing that we didn't talk about, we talked about a little bit before the show started, was the Black Lightning trailer. Now, did anyone actually get a chance to check that particular trailer out?
Is this one that's I have not seen it, but let me ask you this: is it the same one as the first one? Have you seen the? Is this the first one you've seen now?
Well, that was the first one that I've seen.
Okay, it may have been like the initial one that I've seen before, and if it's the one that I've seen before, which they released a while back, then I mean I can't expect much from Black Lightning. I mean tonight it's just gonna be I am 0 for 3 tonight. You know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna do the Larry. I'm gonna have my hopes. I'm gonna watch this, man, with open eyes, and I just hope that it gives me an alternative to when the Flash has a slow show like last night, and we'll get to that later on.
Oh God!
My man said he 0 for 3 tonight.
I mean, I don't, it looked like it to me, Al, and I don't know.
The same trailer.
I mean, I'm gonna watch the show. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not like I gotta go pay down to the theater to go watch it. So I'm gonna watch the show anyway. I mean, it's not anything else on TV anyway. I mean, it can't. I will say this: it can't be worse than Legends of Tomorrow. So
no, it can't be worse than the Inhumans.
It can't.
Hey man,
it can't be worse than Gotham.
There you go.
So
hey man, Gotham's actually a decent show, man.
Man, chill out, man.
If you look behind me, I got a bridge right back behind me, man. That if you're interested in picking it up, let me know. Because I hadn't no. Inhumans is that's just some filler. But no, this show, I'll give it a shot. And then
Inhumans just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you don't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you're not gonna like Inhumans. If you like Inhumans, you like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm like TC. I'm not even gonna take that. I'm just like TC.
Bro,
I'm not even going to even compare that.
Yeah, I can't roll with that one either, bro.
Just
because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I give a pass because there really no. That show is basically some kind of combat stealth show with S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. When you think about the Inhumans, man, you think about the X-Men. You think about something on that scale.
Well, it might not be what we expected, but that's a good show.
X. Hey man, hey y'all. Hey, man, what's happening tonight?
Bizarro World.
I don't understand.
Alternative comics.
Yeah, I don't
alternative
understand.
comics.
Like I'm just coming from like if you enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you enjoy Inhumans because it's the same pace. It's an extension of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I personally like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a show. I think we've all talked about it. I've said it on the show before. Like if you didn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then by no means would you enjoy Inhumans. But it's not the Inhumans that we know.
This is Xavier from Dimension X.
Right. I don't understand what's happened here tonight.
I've said it in the private group.
I hear you, but to actually see this is something.
This is a strange phenomenon.
Right. What did I walk into
We
tonight?
need to get the EKG out to check this, man.
I guess that's why my X-File music started playing on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, we need to get the EKG meter out, man. Check this guy, man.
Get Mulder. TC, you watched the Inhumans. What you think?
I don't like I just don't like the pace of it, man. I mean, I can see how people could enjoy the show, but the pace to me is just it's really really slow, and so, it's a good story. Let me just put it this way: it's a good story, but the people they have playing the parts just
Right.
doesn't fit. It
That to
doesn't
me,
fit at all.
that's what it is to me too.
It is some stiff acting in it. I will say that.
It looks like what Marvel did was they tried to bring the Inhumans to relevance by piggybacking off the X-Men. I don't think Marvel ever had any plans to kill the X-Men, but I think what they tried to do, they tried to use the X-Men to build the Inhumans up. And when they couldn't build the Inhumans up, then it's like all the expectation they had for the Inhumans died. So they took that movie out the schedule, said we just gonna make this TV show. It looks like that's what happened.
You know, I think honestly they could have done the Inhumans movie still without putting out a TV show, even if the expectations of the Inhumans comic book sales were not as high. I mean, case in point, Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I mean, you can't get any more. Come on, who knew about a talking tree? Like, really? Nobody, unless you were a comic collector, knew about Rocket Raccoon or Groot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and they made that out of a franchise.
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy, so the Inhumans wouldn't have been that much different. And then you have that tie to Guardians of the Galaxy, to the Avengers, to Spider-Man. All that does, in my opinion, would have been expand the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So when you do have a movie like the Infinity War, you could have Black Bolt and Medusa fighting on the side of the Avengers and Captain America. I don't know. That's why I live in Macon, and they do what they do wherever they do.
But you would have had to do that because they had the Inhuman schedule for like 2022. So right. I mean, there was no way in the world you were gonna tie them into anything because they were so late down the schedule.
Well, in actuality, they originally no, the original plan though, before they messed everything up, was to have the Inhumans movie, but they changed, they pushed it back, and then when they pushed it back, they took it off the cinematic schedule altogether and decided that they was gonna put that crap they got on TV out. So that's Marvel's fault, because they could have actually set that movie up, even if it didn't come out until after Infinity War. It could have led into the Infinity War along with Captain Marvel. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. The Inhumans, man. I just go back to what I said first segment. When Marvel puts their best foot forward, it's clearly defined. When they are unsure and not really quite sure of how a product is going to do, you get stuff like Inhumans. Inhumans need a show like that, must have top grade special effects. There's no way around it. That's like telling me you're going to come out with a Nova TV show. No, it's not going to work. You're not going to put out. Could you imagine if Guardians of the Galaxy was on ABC?
Whoa, it would have been like Heroes.
It'd be like Masters of the Universe in 1987.
The Misfits of Science. Y'all don't remember that one though.
Yeah. I mean, no. So I mean, Marvel just needs to take a closer look at the properties that are made for TV. Or we don't even have to talk about movies. This could have been on Netflix. I mean, hell, the special effects for Netflix shows is better than what you see on this Inhuman.
Broadcast TV,
on broadcast TV. I mean, that's like going out and get MS Paint. It's like they using Mario Paint to do a TV show.
What special effects have you seen from Marvel shows that were better than this?
This shows Xavier.
Answer the question.
This shows
don't divert. Answer the question.
Xavier.
They ain't got a lot of special effects on Netflix TV shows, so don't even say that.
Luke Cage.
You can use another example, but not that one, because ain't
Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones.
What?
I mean, you get better effects over Jessica Jones than you do.
Well, I mean, but you also gotta look at the heroes they chose for the Defenders as well. It's not like they have a lot of fire or anything. They just have a lot of strength between Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, the Punisher. I mean, all those are street level heroes.
Don't leave Iron Fist out of this.
Oh, you
Danny
wait.
Rand.
I'm just saying, like, with special effects.
Hey, as I said, like I said, we're not even gonna break him up. We're not even gonna break.
But
him
there are no
up.
special effects to have because they're street level heroes. Is what I'm saying.
But I guess what I'm saying is that
I was just saying it was a bad example. That's all.
It's just better put together than what you see with Inhumans. I just feel like that show was. I felt that was rushed. I just felt like it was a big rush job, and it was kind of like the blind leading the blind. That's what I'm saying.
I also think this, and you know, don't get me wrong, because we've all fell victim to it before. I think the negative press from it killed it. I think it destroyed it. And you know, you go into it looking for flaws because they've already said it's terrible.
Right.
Well, stuff you might have let pass if you didn't hear it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? But now you've gone into it with that eye saying, "Oh yeah, Medusa's hell it's just terrible." You know what I'm saying? Which it is.
They not going to see that in IMAX. They wouldn't give it such a bad review.
And Marvel was wrong for that.
Yeah, they were dead wrong for that.
Yeah, Marvel was wrong for that.
Yep. I wouldn't have went to go see it in IMAX because I'm like, man, why would I? That's just like me going. That's just like me going to see, The Flash. If they said they were going to redo The Flash in 3D, season 1, the first 3 episodes, they was going to put it.
See the original hit movie in IMAX.
Right? Like, no, I'm not going to do that, man. You want me to spend $10 to see something that I can see on TV?
10.
Look, I'm gonna take some of Matt's stuff, man. They pulled a Capcom on y'all, man. They said we gonna throw out this mess in IMAX and see if it stick, man. And if it stick, then we'll do it with future stuff. And it just didn't work, you know. So,
well, they don't do it again. Man.
Well, I mean, maybe Marvel learned from this mistake. I mean, hopefully they did. I mean,
if you're gonna do that, you gotta put a better product out. You gotta.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Larry. That's what I'm saying.
If you're gonna do that, they probably should have did like this. They should have made a 2-hour or an hour and a half movie, put it in IMAX to lead into the TV show, and say, all right, at the end, look for this on ABC or whatever it comes on, and you set it up that way. But you don't put the first 2 episodes of the TV show in IMAX.
Yeah, you should have did IMAX pilot.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. That's what. There we go. And that would have lowered the expectations.
Right.
And you'd have been like, okay, I can deal with this. But when we got spoon fed that first trailer, man, going into the theater, and I was, oh no, we can go back a couple of about seven, 8 shows, and we can talk about that and get everybody's reaction on that. So I mean, no. I just hope, and this is kind of leading to that top 5 for the night, Al. I just really hope, and this will give away one of my superheroes, that you don't do a Moon Knight show like this and throw it on TV like this and botch it. I'd have a pretty sour taste in my mouth. So I'm done.
Speaking of lowered expectations, I know X, you just mentioned The Gifted. I know you and TC have watched that show. Have you watched it, Larry?
Oh yeah.
What do y'all think about that show? I haven't seen
I actually like it.
That's a good show.
I like it.
That is a good show.
It's a really good show.
You take it if you take it for what it is, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is it?
I mean, what they're saying is that the X-Men are no more, you know, and it's rare to see mutants out, and right. You know, so you got these new mutants out here, and the world is actually accepting of mutants technically, but you know they got these new mutants out here, man, and they just trying to find their way.
This is what I can't understand, because I've been told that they name drop certain factions in X-Men lore, and from what I've read, they're stating that this particular show is connected to the X-Men cinematic universe. Is that true?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, look at this! Look at this guy.
They mentioned the X-Men and the Brotherhood.
No, he did.
I got him. I told him I was gonna get him. Man. Did you see what book that was? Did you see what book that was? Let me bring it back. One more time. Ah!
Superman.
Look, hey, I gotta explain myself. As y'all saw, man, I have
even his fiance is looking at it like, what is this? Superman in his hand.
Oh man.
No, she requested that book, man. So
Oh man.
Is that an oversized comic book? Because it was pretty big, man.
That Superman Unchained #1 with Jim Lee.
Oh, okay.
He already embarrassed. Don't embarrass him
Yeah,
no more.
yeah, man. I'm told about that, man.
Oh man.
Tore up. I got 5 Marvel books. I mean, I got 5 DC books in my collection, man, and that's one she wanted to choose. 5.
Superman did that.
Superman.
Whew.
So y'all say The Gifted is pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
it's a good
Yeah.
show.
Hmm.
Good
Okay.
casting, good acting, good story. I mean, it's just good overall.
Really?
Yeah.
And this show, you could tell this is taking place after Logan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell it's like it's clear, uncut. Like there's no X-Men. They name drop them, but they're like we don't know where they at.
Now I think Polaris is going to
Yo,
yeah, I think she's gonna probably be
yo,
a prominent character.
yeah. And Blink, I think she's gonna turn around for like
Yeah.
to be a strong character in there too.
Hmm. Does players have green hair?
She got streaks.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she does have green hair.
Hair, yes, it's green.
Yeah,
It's a dark.
she dyed it black, and 'cause remember when she was taking a shower, it turned green like it was supposed to be. So yeah, she got green hair.
Interesting. I might have to watch it.
Yeah, that's why I said Polaris, because I figured that'll get your attention.
Okay. All right then. Cool beans. Okay. So we're going to skip from everything we just talked about, and we are going to go into something that I know Matt and TC chomping at the bit. The Flash season 3 started last week. I caught up and I watched both episodes. I watched last night's episode last night. I watched the season opener later on that week. Let me just start off by saying,
Brainiac.
no, I'm not going to talk about Brainiac. For one, I don't understand. First of all, you look at the show, right? Okay, it was 6 months Barry had been gone. Now all of a sudden he comes out to Speed Force. He has this Rain Man episode. I don't like how they solve crap in 45 minutes. I think that whole thing regarding him being Rain Man should have lasted longer than the season opener, man. I just didn't get it. And then when they did the interpretation of all that crap he was saying, my house is bitching. Like what? To me, it was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I went into it looking for the perspective, like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna tell y'all now, if
Picking right
this
up where he
whole
left off.
situation, right, if this whole situation with this wedding, I'm already tired of it, and they ain't even gotten to the engagement party yet.
Right.
It's like because I see where they're going with it. I'm telling y'all right now, October 18th at 9:13 p.m. They pull another bear, got to go to the Speed Force or another dimension, and they break off the wedding. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know. I did the season opener didn't do anything for me. Last night's episode was like, okay, Kilgore, all right. And then I understand what you told me, X, but it kind of caught me off guard that Wally West had a low fade last week, and then
Now,
this week he had the Frankie Lama going on, like
he
why do
had it
fools
last week
fall in
too.
love? He did?
Yeah, he had it last week too. He just had Bane. It was
Oh,
hands down. Yeah,
Okay.
it was there.
All right. TC, care to elaborate, please, sir?
Let me give y'all a breakdown on this show, man. Because I've read into it. I've read what the basic storyline, what they're gonna do this season, and everything. So they are gonna go back to the Rain Man writing on the wall, and that's basically like how he's gonna defeat the Thinker in the show. Is that he's gonna have to interpret the language and break it down, and as he breaks down the language, he it's almost like a video game where he basically learns a new power or learns a new ability
Man, this man
in order
upgrades every
to.
time he.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what they said in the show. How it's going to work out is that he's going to decipher part of the language of the Speed Force,
So
and he's
he's
going to gain
Neo now.
knowledge and gain an ability off of doing that. And it's how he's going to beat a new enemy on each show. Now the wedding is actually supposed to lead up to the crossover event.
It's gonna
And
happen
that's
during the
where the
crossover.
whole yeah, that's where the whole like the alternate versions of Flash and Supergirl and Arrow and all of them are supposed to come from another dimension and actually fight in a big crossover event in the show. But as far as the way the season opened, I agree with you, Al. It just it just kind of weirded out, and then all of a sudden it was just like, boom, he's out the door.
Look,
It's
this
like,
guy's
boom,
on. He's on something tonight, boy.
he is, and he figured out everything. And then in the episode 2, it seemed like, I mean, Kilgore was kill somebody. I mean, but they really didn't seem like a big priority to Iris
Right,
or Barry in the whole
right.
thing because they wanted to go through couples counseling. So yeah, I mean, that episode was kind of disappointing in that way. But I mean, I like the way the ending and how it's gonna continue on with another villain and how they're gonna explain all that.
I did like that. Yeah.
I hope
I
it's gonna
agree.
get better.
I like that the way what X says Brainiac, which I don't understand how he will flash forward, but nonetheless, I can't say yeah I like that because he might be working on his Injustice League or something. I don't know. But X, go ahead, man.
It's a new
What you
scheme.
think?
But no, I mean that's pretty much it for me.
I will say one thing about this season so far. They have had some good flash moments. There were different scenes where I was like, okay, I like that. That was cool. That was dope. But overall, I know it's only the second episode, but I'm like, yo, y'all ain't learned from season 3. I need y'all to
Season 2.
pick this up because we talk about the acting was stiff. And what show was it that we were talking about?
Inhumans.
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 Yo, the Kilgrave or Kill whatever his name was, that was some terrible acting. And then Barry, it's like he's not even the same Barry anymore. I think I said it in the group last night. I like that's not the same Barry. Like something different about him. He's too happy, and I don't like that. I need because when he happy, something gonna happen.
Well, basically, what they said off of that is that he's gotten like when he says like when he told him in the counseling group thing that he's gotten over the death of his mom and the death of his dad. That's how they want to approach the season to where he's actually over that and he's not going to keep bringing up the past in it. From what I understood from the interviews and stuff that he did and how they gonna do the show, that's how they wanted to do it. So they said that he just kept in the past seasons. Fans kept saying that he just basically just kept bringing that up and kept bringing it up
Right.
to where it was just like the same old song over and over
Right.
again.
Well, I tell you one thing that I drastically hated about last night's episode was the whole Stark Tech suit shit. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that was.
Dude,
I didn't like that either, man. That was. And
like,
you know what? Go ahead, X. I'm sorry.
no, it was. You got, and TC is gonna appreciate this. You have visors that flip down in your suit. You have a defibrillator in the suit. You got repulsor blasters in the suit. You got inflatable suits. You got this, that, and the other. If you die, it locks. Like if you get knocked out or killed, it locks the suit on. And this is all Cisco, but he hasn't found a way to get that suit in a ring. Now,
Never gonna happen.
I know I give TC hell about that flash ring, but last night's episode really pissed me off when I was like, okay, I'm I'm on board with TC. Like, you did all this in one episode, but you couldn't figure out how to compress this new suit, which is made of leather, to compress down into this ring, but you can have it like inflate into a Missy suit. You know, all that. No, bro.
You know what you just said. I
I
forgot about that, X. I'm gonna let Matt speak on it because I know he got a lot to say. But that, to me, it felt like that particular episode, it was contrived because that episode just so happened to have a villain that can control technology. You get what I'm saying? Like, what's the coincidence of somebody coming along after you done implemented all this weaponry and stuff? And the repulsor blast is what got me. I'm like, this dude is just straight jacking Tony Stark's armor and stuff. I'm like, when has Barry Allen had repulsor blast?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
I mean, it was crazy, Larry. This dude, he had the ability to control technology, right? So he controlled Barry suit. He says, I smell technology. And when he said that, then all of a sudden he had Barry shoot Wally with a repulsor blast. When does the Flash need repulsor rays?
Right.
Matt, go ahead, sir.
One word. Whack. Whack. I watched last night's episode with Antonio Coleman, and he's not. When I say this, he knows I'm telling the truth. How much did I talk last night on last night's episode? Did I say anything last night?
Nope.
There was nothing to even discuss. What you see in these last 2 weeks with the Flash is the same thing I've seen with the first couple of weeks of the New England Patriots. Expectations are out of the roof. And I walk away pissed off every single time. The only difference is we get wins in the column.
Right.
What you see this season with the Flash is that, and Xavier's gonna laugh when I say this. They're picking up in mid-season form. What you see is mid-season Flash. Yeah. This is musical Flash. This is a dancing Flash. This is lollygag Flash. Even down to the villain. Let me tell you, man, I was so scathing. I wanted to do the show last week, but we just had a lot going on because I really wanted to say something about when I watched it, because I did not watch the first episode with Antonio. I DVR'd it, and so I watched it, and I said I'm not going to say anything in the group about this, and I said I know somebody's waiting on me to say something, so I'm not going to say anything. So I'm going to say it tonight. So when I'm watching the show, and I see Brainiac on the TV screen, I literally did a fucking backflip onto my bed.
Yep.
And I was just like, why is this man in this show? He has no reason to be in this show. This is like rolling Apocalypse into the Punisher.
Right.
It's the same, it's just the same likening. Why would you put him in that? There's no reason for him to even be in this.
Like, I don't even care that they call him the Thinker. That is Brainiac.
No, that's bull crap. Is what that is.
Brainiac, and
it's clear to see what that is. It's clear to see. That's like telling me to go put Krang in Power Rangers. What does that have to do with that? What does the Great Pumpkin have to do with Garfield? There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Oh man!
Then to watch that show last night when he shot that repulsor blast, and I was sitting there, and TC said I said, say that again, Tony, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't seeing things. I thought I was seeing things. I said, wait, where did this come from? Lasers out of his arm? Really?
And it charged up just like Iron Man.
It was just like Iron Man. And just like Xavier said, yet you can do all this, but you cannot put it in a ring. You know, at some point, man, just get back to basics, man. Stick with what got you to the dance. Stop trying
to season 1.
You know, go back to season 1. Go back to Zoom. You know, I'm not saying bring these characters back, but I'm saying bring that level of drama back to the show. Because what I've seen the last 2 weeks is an absolute joke. And it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace before God, man, that we've sat here and waited all we waited all this time, and then you get these lackluster episodes. It's backbreaking, man. It's really backbreaking. I mean, I'm not winning with Walking Dead. I'm not winning with these shows. And then you get to this. The strain is going off. So I don't have much. I'm hanging on to whatever I can get. I'm hanging on to whatever I can get. You know, and then I get the Flash. And I mean, it's just the acting is so bad this season. I mean, oh my God. I mean, it is absolutely blood pressure rising to watch some of this. I mean, oh man. And then last night he goes on this crying rant while he's in the middle of battle. Oh, it's my fault, Iris. Oh my Lord, baby, I'm sorry. And he's channeling his inner Danny Rand. All this crying. All of this crying, you're fighting this guy that looks like he works down over at Loco, and he's struggling with this,
and constipated.
I mean, really, I sat there last night, man, and I didn't say anything. And Tony knows we usually joke around on the phone when we watch this. I didn't say one word because I was so disgusted. I really felt bad for even calling this man during the show, thinking that we're gonna get something out of something. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen. And I'm here to tell you, if this doesn't improve by about 3-4 episodes, man, hold on, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Wait a
minute. While he getting that, I will say Gypsy was the best thing in that show last night.
I'm telling you, man, I don't have to watch it. You're not gonna fool me. Why? Because I've got the box set of Ninja Turtles that I can sit down here and watch.
I got the party van.
Oh yeah,
party van. Yeah, Larry knows what this is. Larry knows exactly what it is. I don't have to tolerate it, and I'm not going to tolerate it because I pay too damn much money to watch crap on TV. This is, and I'm going to get on a little bit of a rant, but this is why the cable bill is so high.
Right.
It's because of this kind of stuff, and so when I watch these kind of shows, I expect to see better quality. And what I'm not seeing is better quality. This is, like I said before, this is coming back. This is when we used to have those long those rants on the shows about how they take these long breaks and then you come back and it's way out of whack. This is what you're seeing. They've literally, it's like whoever wrote for this year said, you know what, man, we're just gonna come back with the same feel. We're not gonna really establish anything. We're just gonna kind of come back with just a feel-good show, and we'll cater to the teenagers. We'll cater to the women, and that's what it looks like. And that's no offense to the ladies, but they've turned this into a love soap opera, and it's really watering down the show. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They watered it down. This is watered down Flash.
I'm gonna ask a question.
Like I said,
I just want to ask a question. What is the demographics for that show?
TBD.
I mean, you know what? It's a sliding scale. How about that? It's a sliding. You remember when you was in school and the teacher, everybody would flunk the test. Everybody would get the F, and then the teacher said, "Well, how are you grading this on a curve?" No, I'm grading it on a sliding scale. And that's exactly what this show is.
Well, the only reason I ask because I don't think the show is technically intended for us. I think it's intended for that person who, I ain't gonna say doesn't read the comic, but doesn't know as much as have as much knowledge as you guys have about the Flash, and therefore when they watch it, it's almost like us watching the Flash back in the day with that terrible whatever it was back then. Don't get me wrong, it was a cool show. It was a cool show back then because I didn't know nothing about the Flash. I just knew, hey, this show on TV real cool, and I can watch it right now, and it's pretty entertaining. You know, I'm pretty sure if I had any type of vast knowledge about the Flash back then, I would have been upset back then. But you know,
what we're watching now, though.
Right.
I mean, when you watch this stuff, we watching now, man. I mean, it's really absolutely maddening, man. And like I said, man, the bottom line here is this right now is absolutely whack. It is whack. Well, right now, man, this show is not too far. In its current state, this show is not. It's as the old saying, you 1 or 2 checks away from the Full House. This show is 1 or 2 episodes away from Legends of Tomorrow. And if they keep on this same, I'm telling you, they're gonna suffer that Arrow. How many seasons was it when Arrow really started to tank? Was it 3, 4? Was
3.
After
3?
when the Damien Dark, when
We're
Damien Dark
getting
showed
to
up.
that point. We're getting to that point, and somebody in management, whoever happens to watch this tonight while you up watching reruns of Mama's House, you need to make sure that you are listening to what we tell you, because this show is going down a slippery slope.
All they gotta do is pick up a book and read it.
That's we talk about this all the time, guys. Guys, we always talk about this. You have source material, you have encyclopedias of storylines, you have encyclopedias of stuff to work with. It's not like someone's giving these people a blank slate saying create something. Enough is enough, man. And like I said, I'm gonna watch the next 3 episodes. There needs to be an improvement. Because what next month is like, what they take that break in next month, right? Don't they take a break next month?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, what's been accomplished? This is like the farm of Walking Dead.
Oh God.
This is farm level Walking Dead.
Hey man, I actually like the farm.
I got a question.
The farm was
I got a question for you
but
about the Flash.
too long on the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the only one who noticed the opening sequence of the Flash? That when he flipped that pancake, ran to the coffee shop and came back with the 2 coffees before the pancake hit the plate. Who poured the coffee?
What about the grenade last night?
No, oh my God! Now that was a cool scene, though.
It was a very cool scene.
That was a cool scene. But I'm like, who poured the? I don't care how fast he moved.
The coffee was supposed to be sitting on the table.
He might have poured it.
Yeah.
It would have been. He wouldn't have had a clean cup.
Be the Flash.
Hey, let me tell you, he ain't that fast.
Hey man, they can do all that stuff, but they can't put him in the ring. Put the ring on him, man. I'm like TC. We in the season 5, 4, whatever this is, and y'all and we're still up here looking.
They need to get White Wally West in this show. They
need he's out there looking like
Flash's Kid Flash and bring White Wally West back.
And Kid Flash out looking like Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, my ass. They both look like freaks out there, bitch.
I told you, like Frankie Lyman. Why the fool fall in love?
Yeah, I'm talking about Little Richard in this thing.
They just need to fix it. In closing, they really just need. It needs to improve, man, because these last 2 episodes have been completely lackluster, and that's being nice. That's really being nice.
We got time, man. We got time. That's the good news. The upside is we got time. I hope they go ahead and get all this mushy stuff out the way early, and go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty, and get back to the old Flash that we enjoyed season 1 and season 2.
I don't think so.
Let me throw this out there. I really think, and TC, I think that this could very well be a case, and I'm just in theory, that the show may have already peaked, because you had so many Zoom, you had
Reverse
Saboteur,
Reverse
Flash.
I don't think it's peaked, because they can go to a whole variety of characters that they haven't even touched on yet in the show.
Right.
They can use,
but the way they touched on has already been bad.
Yeah.
Like Mirror Master.
They just won't do it.
Oh yeah, Mirror Master was an absolute joke. Absolute
Trickster.
joke. The Trickster was a joke. absolute joke.
Saboteur was a joke.
And remember, if it gets really bad, you can always just go do a timeline change and flip everything over again.
Oh yeah, they need to do it right.
They said they were gonna stop doing that.
I think they'll try to do Godspeed before they do all of that, though.
But you know what though? If they do Godspeed, it's funny because I was just thinking this. They might be doing this slow shit on purpose, just so that they can get a bang when they come back with Godspeed.
It could be.
Well,
Yeah.
all I know is that last night's episode in the season premiere didn't do nothing for me. So I'm with Matt. I'm gonna watch it a few more times, and if it don't like improve, I'm just gonna start watching The Gifted, basically. So just being honest with y'all
I
about
think you
that.
should
But
watch The Gifted anyway. I'm telling you, man, it's a good show. Like you done
you
got.
say so.
Hmm?
I take y'all's word for it, man. I mean, y'all are, uh,
I mean, I'm sitting
y'all
here
know how.
waiting for two Marvel properties in the same
Yeah, and
line.
that's like Earth 58, Xavier Randall. Well, all right. Well, I guess what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk a little bit about some news that I've actually pulled from the web. I'm gonna quickly go over this. The Venom movie. Read some information today indicating that the movie might be based upon a miniseries that came out in 1993 called Lethal Protector. It was written by a guy named David Michelin, which is best known for his work on Iron Man, The Avengers, and The Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know too much about Lethal Protector. I have seen it at Bungie and at Comics Plus in the dollar bin. So I don't know if that's a sign to possibly pull it. I really don't know too much about the actual story. I do know, of course, like everyone else knows, Venom is an anti-hero. Even though he hates Spider-Man's guts, he don't like criminals. So whether or not that actually comes to fruition is pretty much rumor at this point. Also, with Teen Titans, the Teen Titans casting has come along pretty decent. Looks like they've actually casted like all the Titans that are going to be on the show for the time being. Tegan Croft, which is Raven, she's known for the Osiris Child. Brenton Thwaites is Dick Grayson. He's known for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. Anna Diop or Diop, I don't know how you pronounce her last name, but she was the most interesting because she's a
Starfire.
Singalese African Starfire. And she is gorgeous too. She's from 24 Legacy. Today they just announced that they cast Beast Boy.
Gar.
Yeah, Gar Ryan Potter from Big Hero 6, and of course they have
Really?
yeah, Ryan
Yeah.
Potter. And looking at him, looking at his pictures, he kind of looked like
That's the
Beast
kid that
Boy,
wanted to be Damian Wayne.
right?
Yeah. He wanted to play Damian Wayne, and
But they
they didn't give
cast
him the
him
part.
right, so they cast him as
Oh
Beast Boy.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got Minka Kelly as Dove from Friday Night Lights, and Alan Ritchson playing Hulk from
Hulk.
Blue Mountain State and Hunger Games. One other thing I just want to let y'all know as well. Allegedly, the first villain for the Teen Titans or the Titans live action show is a guy named Alkalite. He's a villain that first appeared in Young Justice
Really?
#9. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's
Wow.
going on with that. So, moving along, we're gonna talk about Marvel Legacy. According to comic book resources, and Larry's gonna get a kick out of this. The top selling comic from Marvel Comics in September was Marvel Legacy #1, with an estimated 298,242 units. Coming in second was the DC Comics Dark Knight's Metal #2 with 149,487 units. However, of the top 10 for the month of September, um, Marvel only had two titles in the top 10. That was Legacy #1. Well, actually, I take that back. Well, yeah, Legacy #1 and Venomverse.
I'm laughing at Matt, man.
So, so you laughing at
Yeah.
Matt. So my question to the panel is that competition is always good. We talk about this all the time. Prime example is when WCW was around against the WWF. It made the product a little bit fresh. Sometimes it didn't, but competition was good between both companies, flipping back and forth on Monday nights, whatnot. Um, I'm gonna start with Larry on this one. Do you think that the Legacy has the chops to get back to have Marvel get back to prominence? Because I do remember at one point in time before Rebirth started, it was more of a Marvel thing where Marvel had the top selling books from month to month.
the one thing that the one thing about Marvel is, even if you, and you know, I study those statistics. If you look at the bottom line is that Marvel doesn't have, even if they don't have any books in the top 10, when you look at the overall market share at the bottom, they always lead. So at the end of the day, it comes down to money.
Yeah, they charge more.
That's the point. I can sell less books and still make more money because Marvel Legacy #1 was $5.99. So imagine how much money they made off that book selling 300,000 copies at $6 a pop.
If we take you out the equation, you know, Marvel wouldn't sell that many.
Stop.
Oh God.
Now I'm not. That's not a jab. I know you collect Marvel. I know you do, and you get every version, which I'm not knocking, because hell, if I liked it that much, I'll do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, not everybody does what you do. You know what I'm, as far as like every cover, every book, every tie-in.
Well,
not everybody does that.
I say this too. Look at the books that sell from DC. It's not anything outside of your trio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything outside of Batman, Wonder Woman. Look at the top 10. What's in the top 10, Al? Six of them books, probably Batman books. I know
Well,
White Knight was there.
He has a point, because in September, Marvel Legacy was number one. Dark Knight's Metal, number 2 was the second. Venomverse was 3. Batman was 4. The other Batman comic book was 5.
They have nothing outside. Even if you look at what DC has done throughout their history, they have nothing outside of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That's all they have.
Hold on.
Hold
up. Harley Quinn 25th anniversary special was number 6,
which is a Batman book.
Walking Dead was number 7. Batman the Red Death was number 8. Batman the Murder Machine was number 9.
That's because
Action Comics
all
was
one
number
shot.
10.
You know, basically.
But what I'm saying is, even if you go back and look at on a weekly basis what sells from DC, it's gonna be Batman. It's gonna be Batman. It's gonna be Superman. It's gonna be Supergirl. Anything with that trio. Harley Quinn is technically a Batman spinoff.
The Flash is up there too, though. Well, it didn't make this list because you got all these one shots with Batman. But you can't tell me that the Flash,
even if I give you the Flash,
Arrow isn't up there.
You got 4 characters that sell. 4 out of a whole universe. Where's Aquaman? Does he ever crack the top 10?
That story sucks. I'm sorry. That story sucks.
What's Cyborg? Does he sell?
I don't even know if they still make Cyborg comics. He's a secondary character.
So, he's part of the league.
That don't mean nothing. You know how many Justice League members they got?
Exactly.
You got Booster Gold, who in the Justice League. So don't you say that, man.
Exactly. That's my point. Now, when you take a look over the top 100, you probably got more Marvel books in the top 100 overall than you do DC books. But they just don't crack
out a million titles.
Exactly. But they sell more.
That shit garbage.
What I'm saying is, outside of your top 3 characters, that's even in the movie. How many Batman movies have we had? How many Superman movies have we had? That's their property. That's what they own, and that's what they're gonna throw down your throat. Is Batman. We done had Batman Returns. Come on, I know you know
him. I'm listening to you, but it's like what I was gonna say about the Supermans and the Batmans, because they keep look at Matt. They keep having different people with their own image or different versions or variations. We don't have
hey, it's a new 52 book.
He's gonna zoom in on it. He gonna zoom in. You dirty joker.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
That's my point though. Al just proved it. Out of the top 10, other than Venomverse and Legacy, the other 8 books, Walking Dead, the other 7 books were Batman books.
Hey, I just said for this month. I'm talking about every other month.
Trust me.
What was number 1 now?
That's a normal.
Legacy.
Number 1 was Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a reimagining.
Isn't there a new Batman coming out? The Drown.
No, what now?
There's a new one that either came out or coming out.
Look,
The Drown.
Batman, Bruce Wayne is DC's Wolverine. They gonna run into the ground because that's what makes them money.
But the thing is, with the only difference between Batman and Wolverine, though, and this ain't me being a DC fan, but because I love Wolverine just like I love Batman, but Batman storylines are still more intriguing than Wolverine.
Nah, it depends on it depends on who it depends on who you like more. That's all I have to say.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna say this is that I hear what y'all are saying, but we just went all past Lethal Protector. So
He's still talking about that.
I'm gonna go back to this Lethal Protector. Now, for those who don't know, now Al, you say you've not read Lethal Protector. All right. So Lethal Protector is basically when Venom and Spider-Man was like, okay, we're not gonna fight each other. You go your way, I go my way.
I thought that was Flash Thompson.
And so basically, Venom and these other 5 Venoms, his offspring, go around and they fight crime. So that's gonna be the premise, if that's how they're doing it, of Lethal Protector. So I just want y'all to let me pause with dramatic effect. I wanted you all to soak that in. Kind of like last night when everybody looked at Gordon Hayward's ankle. Just let it soak in. See it. But when you see that image, you just like, wait a minute.
I don't want to see it. I heard it was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. So expectations for this is at a low right now too. That's 0 for 5. So I'm 0 for 5 tonight. Out of the gate, 0 for 5. Now back to what you two were talking about. Marvel is gonna be number 1, man. Just because it's Marvel.
That's it. Just because it's Marvel.
Not because of the quality.
Xavier, I was trying to get out of my mouth. You beat me. You stole my thunder. I was just getting ready to say, well, we have some quality books.
I'm not gonna say that.
I will and I have, and I say it.
Who has the more iconic characters? I say DC.
What we talking about quality right now, Larry?
But what I'm saying is, whoever has the more iconic characters, I would think will sell more books.
Old Man Logan versus Deadpool.
I actually like that storyline, bro.
But I figured you would. That's why that's why I said what I said. I said I had to get a rise. I knew what I was doing. The problem that we're having with Marvel is, and me and Will talked about this the other day, is that Marvel has a tendency. As a matter of fact, we talked about this last show, if I'm not mistaken, that Marvel has a tendency to, we're going to try a multitude of different things. We're going to try this, we're going to try that, we're going to try this. And then if it's not working, then we'll try this. We'll do something extreme. Like we'll go like this, back to the legacy number. Well, let's just be real. This was not thought about until Superman. People started mentioning Superman is getting close to 1,000, because Marvel has books that probably would have hit 1,000 a long time ago had they not botched the numbers. Look at Avengers. Look at X-Men. All these books could have been at 1,000. So what did Marvel do? Oh, we're gonna make a big event, legacy.
But they're not even close.
We're gonna drop the book. Well, add the numbers up for when they cut off.
But that's what they did, and that's how even some of these books even where they at.
Well, and the point I'm trying to get to is at the end of the day, as I said, at the end of the day, at the bottom line is that Marvel is, the executives are sitting at their desk with their Folgers coffee, and they're looking at Superman, and they're going, why? And the question has been asked. This question has been asked in the boardroom. Why are we not at 1,000 with such and such entity? Because DC is getting ready to cash in hard when Superman gets to 1,000. You know what? And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I would not be surprised if DC has 1,000 variants for this book when it comes out. And you know what? And I'll be the first one on this panel to tell you. And I don't buy too many Superman books, but I will buy the 1 in 100 variant of this one, because it's 1,000 And you think Marvel of all companies, the king of the cash behind, just in front of Capcom by a millimeter, is not sitting there going, "Oh man, we can cash in. We could cash in." Could you imagine if X-Men made it to 1,000? Could you imagine if Iron Man made it to 1,000? Marvel would be. I mean, they have shovels of. They have aims, shovels galore. Just going in and picking up stuff. Just going in. I mean, just shoveling, just over shoulder, money. So when you see Marvel at the top of a comic book list, it's more than not. Most people are trying, like myself, are going, like Xavier alluded to, are going down the Blaylocks. We're going down there. We're trying to get the 1 in 50s. We're trying to get the 1 in 100s. We're trying to get the one that we need. And that's that. Or you got these vendors, such as Midtown, which I'm going to next Wednesday because I'll be there. I'm going to be there next Wednesday, and you're going to these vendors who are buying all these books like that. Like you got to also keep in mind some of these variants you have to buy so many books.
But think about this: all these people made all this fuss about what they weren't gonna do with these lenticulars. I hadn't seen nowhere yet who doesn't carry them. Midtime said they weren't gonna carry them. I just received the email the other week talking about they on sale. Nobody wants to. Nobody
pre-orders galore.
Nobody wants to miss the money. They know where the money's coming from. Nobody wants to miss the money, so they can excuse me, bitch, moan and complain all they want about what Marvel does, but they gonna buy into it because at the end of the day, they don't want to miss the money.
TC, what do you? TC, you quiet over there tonight, man.
Hey man, I mean, you know, like Larry said, man, if money's to be made, they're gonna make it.
And that's it. That's the bottom line.
The thing. I mean, they're gonna put it out. I mean, a lot of your small comic book shops, they may not be able to just go all in and be able to basically put that much money into those lenticulars. But like your big shops, man, yeah, they gonna flip the money and go ahead and do it.
We had a topic on this show where y'all were talking about these companies, these stores right here talking about all they had to do to get these books. I talked to Will way in advance. Will said, I'm getting the books. Midtime had sent out something talking about we're not gonna carry the books. They carrying them. Unknown carry. I hadn't seen anybody yet who's not carrying these lenticular books. And I hadn't seen them yet not sell. Like I got the Spider go in today, and Will say it was a shortage on them. Look at him. But you a miss. But I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, the books are going to move. And like Will was telling me today, he had to order so many of those. He got a ton of those Iron Man lenticulars, but he was saying he had to get so many of those to get the headshot. You know what I'm saying? And so, but these are what the companies are doing because they're going to sell.
But you know what?
I got a question about Will. Is his from what he had to order or what he had to take back from Vigilante?
What he had to order. He remember Vigilante already put their orders in for the books.
Right, I get that. I get that. I'm saying, but like, are a lot of his from his order or his plus theirs?
No, his by itself.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, his by itself.
Okay.
What I was going to say that is that. Well, let's go back to the Marvel DC argument again. Lenticular covers were not on the playing field that early. What was it, last year, Xavier? Was it when that the button? That was early this year, right?
Yeah, early this year.
Yeah, in March, February, something like that. Yeah, so March, February, the button shows up, and somebody who was sitting at their desk drinking their Folgers coffee at Marvel, watching First Take on their TV in their office. Somebody said, "Hey man, that's a hell of a good idea, man. I'll tell you what, let's put old school covers on the new issues of Legacy since we're bringing them back. We're gonna do 158." Oh, I got a call coming in. I got to answer this, fellas. I'll be right back.
Look at the cheese. Look at
the
smile.
I got to take this call.
Oh, man.
Boy. That's smile, boy.
Right.
That was the Show Factory.
Oh,
It lit up like that computer monitor did.
don't get me wrong. I agree with him totally about. Yeah, he right. Somebody did say, "Hey, man, they made a killing with that Batman Flash code." You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got an idea. We finna relaunch this event. Let's go all out with it. But the point of it is, nobody's not gonna buy it. So until like you saying with the Marvel versus Capcom thing y'all were talking about, until people show Marvel or like they show Capcom that hey, we're not going to support this particular marketing strategy that y'all doing,
Damn, that was quick.
then it's going that's what's going to happen.
The show must go on. But no, but yeah, you know, I just Marvel has a tendency to. I know it's like they play copycat at times. And it's Larry, I understand what you're saying. Marvel is hey man.
Well, look, I can only equate it. I want to equate it to Apple. And like we were talking about,
the Galaxy 8.
Samsung was saying the first thing any Samsung owners quick to say, we had facial recognition 2 phones ago, but I've never heard any Samsung person use facial recognition.
Right.
I've never heard them hyped about it.
Right.
You had it, but all of a sudden Apple does it as a press at a keynote, and all these Apple fans are hyped about it. And guess what? It's perfection in marketing. That's all. It's perfection. It's not that we did it first. We did it the best. And that's what it comes down to.
Right.
Well, Marvel's gonna make that money, and we know that. And you know what? You know. At the end of the day, all 5 of us on this panel is gonna buy it, and they know that. Now that's the one advantage they have over. That's the one advantage they have over Capcom. So I don't have to buy that Capcom.
Right.
You know, I can go buy a variant. I can, but I'm not buying that. We're not buying that.
But now it takes a specialty collector to buy 1 in 100 because it's gonna cost $100 off the rip.
But I'm buying the Superman. I just go ahead and put that on the panel now.
But I'm just saying, it takes a special collector to get a 1 in 50. So when a comic book store takes that risk, then if they get a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100, if they sell that $100 variant, then the rest is profit because they done made their money back off the 100 that they didn't bought.
Yeah, and you know what? To that, Larry, I will agree with that, and I will say this: some fool out there bought the Jim Lee Venom. Some idiot bought that. Some fool bought that Venom. The McFarlane, yeah, the McFarlane variant. Somebody bought
$100 ones.
Yeah, somebody bought it.
Yeah.
We know this. We've seen it on eBay. We've seen it go on eBay. Somebody bought it. That means somebody had to buy the book, and then somebody had to sell the book, and somebody bought the book that was sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are buying this stuff. So at the end of the day, Marvel's gonna make that money. I'm sorry, Al.
No, you good, man. I'm enjoying the conversation because most of the time I'm flapping my gum, so it's good just to sit back and just take it all in. It's good, yeah, man. But hey, that was a very interesting conversation, man. But at the end of the day, like I said before, competition is always good. I was kind of trippy over the lenticular covers with Marvel. But I've got 1 thus far, and I'm looking to pick up at least 4 or 5 more. Personally, man, I just want. Somebody laughed at me. I just want some healthy competition between the 2 companies because it's always good. Whether or not it's going to be a situation where Marvel is going to have a leg up with Legacy is, remains to be seen, but we shall see eventually.
I mean, I would say this, man. I will give Marvel this, is that they did do a pretty good selection of books that they did the covers for. Of course, I'm not getting them all. What
does that Spider-Man turn into?
This is actually, I think
it's from the old suit to the new suit.
Yeah, just the old suit to the new suit. But like the old Iron Fist one is really cool. You've got the Iron Man that came, but the Iron Man, the homage to the 150 is really cool. So you've got quite a few. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm actually buying. You know, I'll just go ahead and throw this out there. Yeah. Seen that one too.
Everybody pulling the mine.
Yeah.
Pull mine out.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
see what I'm saying?
yeah. That's what because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing over there. They know what they're doing at Marvel. They know exactly what they're doing. So, I mean, they've got some.
This is my favorite one so far.
You just want to show all of them off. You just be like, hey, I got them.
Ah.
I got them all. If you ain't seen that, just put it out there. I'll show it to you.
But it's
You asking, you shall receive.
they know what they're doing, and I know this is going Larry's going to enjoy it. They know we're going to go buy it. That's the thing about it. You know, they know we're going to buy it. But I would say this: I don't have to buy all of them. I can buy the ones that I don't have to buy them all.
Right.
But somebody's going to buy them all.
Exactly.
His name is Larry.
Yeah, I actually did buy them.
But you did for real?
Yeah, I did it through actually they're gonna be doubles because I actually had already bought them through what you call it. I paid the $100. It was $100 for all of them. I did it through Unknown Comics.
Yeah, I saw that deal they had.
You gonna
Interesting.
You gonna slap him? No, I'm not being funny when I ask this. You gonna slap him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do with them yet. Cause Will didn't get. Yeah, cause he didn't get them all. So I would have been a little AO'd if I had went that route. So I just went ahead and showed him up by going through Unknown.
Right.
Plus, I know he got other people, man, that he trying to satisfy as well. So
Right.
Play law.
The less fortunate.
Stop. Look, Blaylock ain't less fortunate.
Nah, I know he ain't. You talking about old money.
Well, fellas,
every sense of the word or phrase old money, boy.
I wish I had some old money, but anyway. We're going to move on, man. Moving right along. We're going to actually go into another segment. We're going to do our top fives now. Top fives, basically superhero team that deserves their own movie show. So, who came up with a top five tonight?
I got one. I got a quick question though.
Sure.
Could it have been villains too?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I got mine ready.
Okay. Go right ahead, sir.
All right. Larry, you'll be surprised on my number one, but I will tell you that most of my top five is DC. Number five is Hush. I would love to see him on the big screen with Batman or Batfleck. I want Ben Affleck to stay as Batman.
Xavier, that was I read on one of the forums, that's being tossed around with, like, down the line. Matter of fact, that book is going nuclear.
Yeah, that man, if they gonna make it, that's one of the best storylines ever for Batman.
Oh my God, it is probably the third best story that they've done with Batman in my opinion.
That and what was the McFarlane run that he did? I cannot think of the name of that to save my life. That run of that storyline was the New Year or the what was it, the
Year One?
Year One. That and Hush is being tossed around for the next go around on Batman. So,
my number four is Strife. With Josh Brolin being Cable, I would love to see Strife on the big screen with him, just to see Josh Brolin play Cable and Strife. Yeah. I think that'll be worth seeing on the big screen. My number three is good old Jason Todd, the Red Hood. My number two, even though I know it's coming, but since it hasn't happened, I'm gonna still say it. Nightwing. I got to see Dick Grayson up there on the big screen, the real Dick Grayson, not Chris O'Donnell. And number one, I would love to see Wolverine and Omega Red go at it on the big screen. I would love to see coming. That. Just as long as it ain't Hugh Jackman. I think he'll be too old at that point to play Wolverine anymore.
Hey, did y'all see the news about what's his name, Clint Eastwood's son?
Scott Eastwood, what?
supposed to be a front runner for Wolverine.
Why they keep going after these 6-foot+ guys to play
I don't
Wolverine?
know.
Man? And that boy can't act. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah.
That boy can't act. He ain't his dad.
That's one of them characters, man, where somebody played it for so long, man, that it's like I'm not even looking forward. I have to see the next person. I can't even say if it's a good cast move or not, who they gonna pick. You know, I just have to see how it's gonna turn out.
Imagine how I feel as a James Bond fan.
I wanted Tom Hardy.
Right.
Wolverine. I wish Tom Hardy would have been the new Wolverine instead of Venom. I love Tom Hardy as an actor. He's so versatile. I think he could have stepped in and been a great Wolverine or Logan for us. But
it's just certain people, man, that can't be replaced. Hugh Jackman, what's the other dude? Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve was tough to replace as Superman. It just you put that face with Superman, man, and it's just those characters, man. Those people playing those roles for so long, it's tough. Even the dude that played on Smallville, man, I wish they had just went ahead and just recruited him to just play Superman in the movies. Cause I was so used to seeing him on Smallville.
He would have had to learn the character.
Oh man, it wouldn't have been hard.
Nah, man, he ain't play no Superman or Clark Kent. He played their variation of him. They didn't have nothing to do with Superman. Smallville was so far off. Best friend Lex Luthor in high school. Get out of here.
Oh, here we go.
I don't even like
You know
Superman,
what?
but go ahead.
Here we go.
I'm gonna go ahead with my list. My list might be controversial. It has been once before.
What was
Like
it?
every week.
What was his God? What did he have where everybody looked at him like, what is wrong with him?
I know it's because I saw this. I was looking at the show the other day. Gangrel, that's what it was.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
Hey, let's give him that look again right now, y'all, for putting that. Like what?
You do what you want, but I still stand by that a year later. Y'all ain't gonna never make me back down on that, but
what?
For real.
Gangrel.
Okay, so my top 5, man.
Coco be well on the list.
you had Bastion Booger on yours, but anyway.
It's better than Ivy Ankle.
Hey, okay, so this is my top 5. And I basically thought about this, but okay, my number 5 is gonna take a page out of Matt's book. I know he's on his list somewhere, but Moon Knight is my number 5. My number 4 is gonna be Firestorm, because the Legends of Tomorrow Firestorm don't count.
Wow.
It don't count, man. That Joker terrible. Bad is the worst.
From the Firestorm.
The worst. And it ain't because he a brother. That is the worst interpretation of Firestorm. Man, we could do better than that, man. We could go down to Central City Park, man, and light somebody's head on fire and do better than that, man. For real. Like, that Firestorm sucks.
Did you like Robin when he was Firestorm?
Huh?
The first one? The first Firestorm? Did you like him at all?
I didn't like either one. Because the interpretation of Firestorm, man, I just, I guess it's part of that comic book. Firestorm, okay, let me just say this. In DC Comics, Firestorm is technically supposed to be one of the most powerful beings in the DC Comics. Firestorm is the equivalent to the Molecule Man in Marvel. And Larry, you know how powerful the Molecule Man is. Molecule Man changes everything. He can change the composition of anything to whatever he wants to. Firestorm is the same way. But he's a human torch. That's all he is.
I wouldn't give him that.
I mean, he shoot fire out his hands. That's it.
No, I'm talking about the way they got up in the shows.
Man, he absorbed a nuclear bomb, man. Firestorm is supposed to be able to.
No, I'm talking about for the show, not the real character. I'm talking about how watered down he is in the show.
He is severely watered down, man. That's just like making a pitcher of Kool-Aid and then putting 2 extra gallons of water in the Kool-Aid. Like, for real? Like, what's the point of making the Kool-Aid? I just drink purple water, So Firestorm would be number 4. I'd like to see him. I actually like to see Firestorm in the DC universe as far as the movie. He'll make an excellent solo movie, but I digress. Number 3 is Excalibur. I like to see them on the big screen at some point in time. Number 2, Alpha Flight, even though I doubt very seriously because Fox can't even get the X-Men right, much less Alpha Flight. But Alpha Flight is one of those properties that has a lot of potential. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Fox Studios has the proprietary rights. I have to look that up. But number 1 is going to be the X-Men.
It's gonna be what?
The X-Men.
X-Men. Get the
Wait.
real X-Men on the big screen.
I want to see an X-Men movie. Yes, sir.
Can I throw an honorable mention in there? Because I thought about it when you said your list. Exodus.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Get Exodus on the screen. Ooh.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you something, man, and I'm gonna let somebody else do their list. I'm really leery about that. And the reason being is because Apocalypse, man. Apocalypse should have been one of them villains. That should have been one of them movies that look kind of like the Thanos. We talked about this before as well.
Yeah, he should have been
Apocalypse is a
all of them.
Thanos level villain.
Yeah.
Apocalypse ain't one of them villains like Paste Pot Pete that got a glue gun and shoot out glue and stuff that you can vanquish in like 15 minutes of a 30-minute episode of Spider-Man. And for them to put Apocalypse in there and jack him up the way they did, man, I don't trust Marvel with Exodus. I don't trust them with Strife. I don't trust them with the Mutant Liberation Front. I don't trust them with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I don't trust them with nobody.
But he's speaking the truth.
Not the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood,
That's
man.
the truth.
Could look at the Brotherhood in the first movie. Like, really? Like, Storm shocked the Toad, talking about Toad. Never mind. Okay, who else want to go through
everything? What did she say?
That
You know what
foolish.
happened? Oh, God, what did she say? It was so bad, but I can't even remember.
It was corny.
Everything else.
Who's
I'll go ahead
next
and
up
do
to
mine.
that?
I'm like you,
Okay.
Al. I had Alpha Flight at number 5. I had Namor at number 4.
Oh, I forgot about him.
I had She-Hulk. I had Moon Knight, and my number 1 was actually Hydra Cap.
All Marvel.
But you know what though, Hydra Cap, man, that would be an excellent foil to. Yeah, like if they did a phase 4 or 5, I could see that happening because a lot of people slept on that Secret Empire. I give Marvel credit for that one.
I got another one. If don't nobody else name them, I'm gonna wait and see though.
TC, you're up to bat, sir.
My 5, man, I got I mean, some of them been on there, but I want to see them done right. My number 5, I want to see Silver Surfer done right. Number 4, I actually want to see him in the whole universe on there for it. Is Kang the Conqueror. Number 3, I want to see Lobo.
The main dude.
The main man. Number 2 is I want to see Dr. Doom done right. Because I don't think anything they've ever done for him has been right at all.
Well, have no fear, it's coming.
Yep.
Have no
fear. The number 1, man, which something they talked about before, but they never did, was a Magneto like origin solo movie.
I love Madness. Like I say, he like
don't say it. I already know where you're going with it.
He like my number 2 He like my number 2 favorite character ever, bro. But I don't think they could do him justice.
I was just.
Are you crazy? Mr. Odom.
Yep.
You up to bat, sir.
All right. My honorable mention on my list is Dr. Doom, which Brother Coleman stated there is, I prefer to see him, my whole thing with Dr. Doom, man, I'm not going to go around. I just wish they would put him, like, me and Larry talked about this last week.
Yeah, boy.
Why did you not put Dr. Doom in an Iron Man movie? All right, well, you can't, you're fantastic. Put him in Iron Man. Because you can put him in Spider-Man. You can put him in just about any Marvel faction movie that you want to put him in. He's fought everybody in the damn universe. But him and Iron Man would have been an excellent battle. That would have been top notch.
Man, it would have been so one-sided with his movie.
better than
Mandarin.
damn Mandarin. Oh
Right,
my god, man. I
right.
mean that.
Yup.
Oh,
Dude, and they set the 10 rings up so perfect in them movies just to let us down.
yeah, it's garbage.
God.
All right, so my list. Let's get started. Somebody who I did not mention tonight, who is her book. By the way, this is spec value. You might want to grab this book while it's pennies on the dollar, and that's Tigra. That's Tigra. Number 4. He's on the way. Nova, Moon Knight, Alpha Flight, and we'll probably never see this movie because the rights are all over the place with this, and that's The Invaders, which I think would be really good because they could put that old school Captain America spin on it, and you know, even bring back Red Skull if they want to, which I thought was really good. So I mean, that's mine. I mean, I started to put Gambit on there, but you know, that's you know, it's just some stuff, man. You just wonder, like, man, what the hell are y'all thinking? You know, I really wish they had, like, you remember back in the day, like, you had those contests, man, when you was a kid in the neighborhood, they would have those contests where you would draw the character, or you come up with a slogan like this damn making bacon thing here we got.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Why don't you let the comic book fans come up with your script for your movie? Because they're gonna botch the Gambit. We know that's coming. We already know that. We know that without even having.
Right, it's by having Channing Tatum.
I mean, yeah, that's botched out of the gate. I started to put Quasar on there just for laughs because I knew that would get a laugh out of Larry. So.
Yep.
But there are a lot of characters. You know, the question is, and we talked about this at lunch last week, Larry and Al, is that it's going to be interesting to see the direction that they're going to take with Marvel with some of these characters. You know, and see how that next phase is going to hold up because I don't know who's going to be the one that's going to get the mantle, but it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
So once again, it's just like I was saying about DC. Once these contracts expire for this last phase, hey man, it's gonna be a hard time to keep my interest going to this next Ant-Man and the Wasp, man. I'm not gonna see that, man. I mean,
Yo,
it's tough, man. That's a tough sell.
not as a front runner.
I don't know now, because Ant-Man, people said the same thing about it. That turned out to be a really good movie.
Ant-Man surprised me.
Ant-Man was a decent movie, but at the same time, it was put like this. what I'm gonna say is this: Marvel is used to a certain amount of success that you got from Captain America, Iron Man, and the rest of the front-running characters. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, they pulled off nothing short of miraculous with the money they made with that. Ant-Man didn't come close. Doctor Strange didn't come close. Now they made money, and of course they profited from those movies. But what I'm saying, when you start talking about $800-900 million, or with the Avengers clean over $1 billion, that's what they used to seeing. And people are like, Ant-Man, that's a tough sell.
Yeah, but the Avengers, you had at least five characters in it that brought in a whole bunch of fan
How
base
much
to one
money
movie.
did they spend on?
Right.
Well, on the Avengers?
Yeah, because I mean, like Civil War, didn't they spend like $100 million, but then they wound up making like near $1 billion off of it?
10 times, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what they have to.
It's just gonna be what they put into it. Was what I'm thinking on that for.
But who else is in the next phase? You got Black Panther, you got Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but he hadn't been given a movie though, has he?
Are we trying to name who's in the Avengers?
No, just the next slate of movies.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I know you got a Guardians of the Galaxy with the original cast.
I mean, they said it was gonna be over like 50 characters in the
Infinity War. In Infinity War, yeah.
It's almost 100. Yeah, it's almost 100.
Once it's all said and done, it's gonna be over 100. But I think that first Infinity War is supposed to be like 50 plus.
Captain Marvel.
They were even talking about doing Red Hulk in one of them at one point.
They set it up in Civil War with General Ross.
Yeah, but he ain't did. Well, I can't say they did because they only showed them like 3 times. So never mind. You're right. Never mind.
They're probably. I would have to speculate and say they're probably gonna sub some of these characters out and like how they do in the comic books. They're gonna put new people in new groups. I mean that.
I can see.
I mean, and the reason I say that is because, like Larry said, I mean, who on this panel is breaking that net to get IMAX tickets to go see Ant-Man and Wasp? Who's doing that? I didn't go see Ant-Man when it was in the theater. I watched it when it came home. At TC. Yeah, I didn't go see that. Just certain stuff I'm not going to.
I went and saw it.
I know because you told me. You the one that told me. I know.
Zero expectation for that movie.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
not sold on
you
that.
just look at this like I think they said that boy that plays the Winter Soldier, he signed on for 4 or 5 more movies. The dude that played Falcons, he got 3 or 4 more movies. So I mean, you got some people that are left, but I'm sorry, once you lose Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans,
Right.
Now Captain Marvel may be okay, but once you lose that first core, Robert Downey, you know, because they use Robert Downey as a prop. Once you put Robert Downey in the movie, man, as Iron Man to set up the next character, it's almost a guarantee that somebody gonna go see that.
Right.
But they had to pay him a lot of money for those guest appearances.
Yes.
No, man, they paid him more in Winter Soldier Homecoming than what Chris Evans got in Civil War.
Well, you know, in the first Avengers, the reason that he got paid more than the other 4 combined, right?
Yeah, he did.
Like I said, his short time in Homecoming, he got paid more than Chris Evans did in Civil War, which is crazy.
I know, man, and I know this is wishful thinking. Robert Downey Jr. ought to be able to say, man, Marvel has afforded me to come up out the gutter. I need to do something for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that that's probably not the way he sees it, but I mean, really, he had movies prior to Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron Man,
relevant again.
Man,
it put him back in.
Oh yeah,
right.
To, like you said, the relevancy, man. So I mean, yeah, you won't get paid, but man, come on, you done made enough money to say I could do this. Let me do this for.
But you also got
$10.
You also got to look at how old Robert Downey is too.
Hey man, I hear what you're saying, Larry. I hear what you're saying. I hear what y'all saying. I hear what everybody on this panel is saying about Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was washing cars at Fountain Car Wash before Iron Man.
Let me say this though.
He was over there at the Goo Goo.
He's the one that
he was
started
giving you the air freshener at the Goo Goo.
But here's the thing about Robert Downey Jr. and this is why I don't get why they pay him so much money. Did he do a great job? Yes, but you're paying him all this money to be himself on camera.
Hey,
thank you.
But you know what? That's all.
Works.
You know what?
Exactly.
He's a real life Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's better to play a drunken billionaire than a drunken drugged out millionaire.
Exactly.
I mean, no shade on him. I'm glad he came back, but
to me, that's like
not acting.
That's Bishop and Juice. You played Tupac to be himself. That's what you did. And you know what? You bring more out of the character.
Well, to be his rap persona, yeah.
What about in the last Tupac movie, man? What about that guy? Did he play himself?
Which one? Oh man. Oh God. I don't even want to talk about that, man.
Garbage movie.
I don't want to talk about it.
No, but seriously though, I hear and you know what? Antonio's even brought that up in private conversation before about Robert Downey Jr. I mean, what was he doing? What were you doing? What were a lot of these people? Wait a minute. We're talking about Robert Downey Jr. Wait till Black Panther comes out. That's what I meant to bring up earlier.
Michael B. Jordan.
Some of these folks that's in Black Panther, they was they were getting $1.50 in royalty checks, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got some folks who I saw in that trailer, I didn't know was still living. So I mean, this, you know, and let's call a spade, man. A lot of people just start looking at these movies, man. You got people begging. They're begging. I want to call me, Marvel. Call me. I want to be because people know that once you get on that Marvel train, once you get on that Disney train,
on that payroll.
Right.
Once you get on that payroll, man, and that FICA start rolling out that shit. These people, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, they're lining up.
They've been around.
Look, I told you 5 years ago.
They better ride the
That's
boom,
it.
though. They better ride the boom, because I'm telling you, the superhero movie is going to go the way of the comic boom of the 90s. It's going to bottom out eventually.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to bottom out.
You know what? We said the same thing. You know, it's funny, and I'll tell you this, man. To an extent, as a collector, I agree with what you're saying, but as how society is as it is today. Because when I look at stuff, I look at society as it is today. It's not going anywhere, because we all said 15, 18 years ago, reality TV, well, that's crap. Nobody's gonna buy into that. Well, what happened? Look, what happened last night?
It's
We
all
had
over
folks
for her.
watching a wedding for a fool. Go on your Facebook timeline, and that's what you see. You see Gucci Man and his wife, and that's what people watched. That's what people watched last night. They watched that. I was on the phone with somebody. That's what she was talking about.
Hey, my girl watched it.
I said, I don't know anything about this. She said, you hadn't heard about this? No, I don't. I said, y'all are talking about this like this is Princess Diana getting married. This is not the royal wedding. This is Tender Heights special.
Oh man.
We're not watching that. But you know what? People watch that in droves. So I know. That's why I said earlier, when Black Panther comes out, you got a new batch of people who had really paid attention to this thing.
Right.
And now they're going to go, oh, wait. So, oh, man. And, oh, Black Panther, man. Oh, he was in a Civil War. Oh, well, I got to go watch that. Well, now they're going to say, oh, well, Captain America and all that, Spider-Man. Oh, so now you're going to get a whole nother batch of folks. And y'all know, let's just be real, man. When black folk get on to something that they don't know nothing about, man, we lock in, and they go all the way back down the line. They're going to go all the way back and watch all these movies, and now you got a whole nother set of people. Marvel, it's like you said, Larry, Marvel are absolute geniuses when it comes to marketing. They just got this demographic, us, and now they got a whole nother batch of folks with kids. As CC always say, the kids are going to be taking daddy to the store. Daddy, come to the store. Let's get the Marvel Legacy figure. And so now you got all of that, and here we go.
I tell anybody, man, the youth drives everything. That's what they do, man. I mean, you know, once we know a certain amount, but what we do, the youth drives everything. They cater to the youth, and once the youth catches on, we have no choice but to kind of ride whatever the youth does. You know what I'm saying?
Teen Titans.
No, hold on. Here's the thing about that though, because what Larry said is 100% true. Because guess what? We were decades ago.
Yep.
We were the youth. And Matt, you know, hell, how many times did you and I we used to meet up at we used to meet up. Mudder and Miss Cooper used to have us at what's the name of that comic book store?
Regal. You talk. I thought you talking about Regal Cinema.
Well, Regal Cinema, of course.
Well,
we used to take trips there frequently, and then the other comic book store,
Street Fighter.
Yeah, we used to go to that comic book store that was across from Toys R Us by Discovery Zone.
Middle Georgia
Carson Comics. Yep, dude. I know our grandmothers hated taking us there, but they had that satisfaction of looking at the joy and excitement on our faces when we were in there looking at whether it was comics, comic book cards, baseball card, whatever.
Yeah.
But they were like, hell, shit, they can give me some free time until they ask for their money.
Yeah,
right.
And we was and I was in the presence of Hulk 181 when it was $20 and didn't know any better.
Didn't know nothing about it.
Well, in that case, you have to put the pounds in the trash can. Let Gucci do the dishes. You know what I'm saying?
hey, I do want to throw this in because I did not hear anybody say it. And I might be the only one that feels this way. I would love to see Craven on the big screen.
Oh yeah, Craven
the Hunter.
Well, you know, man, it's funny when Matt was talking about Lethal Protector. You know that the new Lethal Protector that he's hunting Venom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. All righty. Well, we are going to segue into the most important meal of the day, and that's our hauls. And I think I'm gonna go first, get it out the way. I didn't pick anything up today because I couldn't get to the comic book store. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull what I got a couple of weeks that we haven't been on the air. Dark Knight, Batman, Murder Machine. Dark Knight, Batman, The Dawnbreaker. I had to look at that hard. Green Lantern 32. X-Men Gold, I'm 12. Walking Dead 172. Redneck number 6. And 2 of my Saturday midnight eBay specials. Matthew Odom for showing me the light. Your Padawan has made some strides on eBay looking for all kinds of goodies and treats and whatnot. Picked up this one for $9.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Congratulations, my friend.
Yes, sir. Spider-Man 1 for $9.
Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman, my bad. I said Spider-Man 1. Well, if I had Spider-Man 1, y'all wouldn't even be seeing me. I'd be somewhere
Right.
else. So I had Spider-Woman number 1 for $9 on eBay. And got this one for $25. It's in pretty good condition. It's gonna get slabbed along with my other 70s and 80s comic books.
Black Lightning.
Black Lightning number 1. So pick this one up for $25. So that and Spider-Woman gonna get slabbed with my Nova and my Miss Marvel and all them. So all right, so that's it for me. So who else would like to go up next? I know y'all got some good
Let me show
stuff.
y'all my lenticular.
There you
that I
go.
picked up.
Oh,
Show it, Tony. Show it. Turn it on the screen, Tony. Turn it on the screen, man.
Right there.
Ah.
Yeah. And then I picked up the these are what came in from Midtown. And this is my Flash 32. I got both the variant and the regular cover on. That's all I got came in.
that's it, man.
That's it for me right now. I got more on the way.
No Black Panther, Jim Lee.
Right.
On the way. I got the snail mail coming from Midtown.
Oh God.
Kano shipping.
Okay.
I don't have any comments, but I do have something I want to show. Couple things for the pool, so to speak.
Go right ahead, man.
So got me a nice little Punisher pop vinyl right there.
That joke huge, ain't it?
That's the Thunderbolts one, ain't it?
Yeah.
With the red skull.
Hold up. How big is that pop? Oh, you just had it close to the camera.
Yeah,
My bad. You had it close up, man, like a 12-foot figure.
Got the Hella.
I haven't seen that before.
Oh, we got like 2 more at the blue box. Got the Thor Ragnarok with the axe, with the hammer instead of the axe.
They always say everybody tripping, man, that she destroyed the hammer on camera.
Man, good. To show how powerful she is. I had to go ahead and get my Heath Ledger Joker pop vinyl. I think I showed y'all this one right here. The Justice League Batman. And had to go with the Punisher from the Netflix TV series with Daredevil. So got that bad boy.
Of that one. Where you got the
the Chase variant.
Daredevil helmet. Yeah.
Don't laugh, but I had to get the White Ranger.
The White Ranger, man.
Yes, I had to get the White Ranger with the floating daggers.
I started watching the show after that dude turned to the White Ranger, man.
That's when he got good. I had to get the Batman with the Jokerized suit, where he went and spray painted the suit. Had to get that bad boy. And I showed y'all the Spider-Man Homecoming with the jacket.
Yeah.
But y'all, Larry, I know you'll love this last one. This is part of the The NYC Comic Con. Old Man Logan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, had to get that. I'm still waiting on the Hellboy to come out. It was supposed to come out in September. Now they done pushed it back to October 25th. So
Man, they got so many pops coming out, man. The Mortal Kombat pops.
oh man, they got Disney pops getting ready to come out.
Hey,
They
man.
talking about doing a Doug pop, man.
Funko is making money hands
Yes.
over feet.
Yes.
What kind of
Mhm.
Disney pop they got coming out, Xavier?
Name it.
Well, I saw
Man.
the I saw the DuckTales one already.
Yeah,
They got
those are dope.
Tailspin too.
Yeah, they got a Tailspin coming out. They got
Why? Ain't it with the Jungle Book?
And Aladdin. They got Aladdin coming out.
Hey, they got a Nickelodeon one coming out. Oh, I gotta pick up they did the 8-bit for the Shredder and Batman. I gotta pick those two up.
Shredder.
Oh yeah.
And Jason. They did a Jason one too for 8-bit.
I picked that up now.
They just announced that they're doing the rest of the Ninja Turtles in the 8-bit too, so
All right, well, I'll be picking those up.
Hey man, that Friday 13 game is dope too, man.
Is it really?
Well, it depends on how much of a nostalgia you are for the movies. It's true to the movies, man, with the kills and everything. Now online it get a little cheesy, man. You know, when you got somebody, nobody wants to be the counselor. First of all, everybody wants to be Jason. So you know, you have a hard time finding an online match. But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Well, I heard when it first came out that it was so
Buggy.
choppy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, but for $40,
All right.
I mean, why not?
Two left. Who's next?
I see him. He want me to grab some slab, man. So let me get mine out the way because he got some good stuff over there.
Slab City again.
Right. But y'all saw this one earlier. The old Iron Man lenticular. Ironheart on the cover. I had to get the Cable, you know, X-23 part of the newer mutants.
Newer.
Both of those coming in.
And then this been my favorite one so far. I'm not a big fan of Gwenum, but to see it turn into that was crazy.
I like that.
Oh, I didn't know it turned into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Monsters Unleashed one.
I like
Oh,
that.
okay.
I like that.
Fantastic Four.
You
Guardians
got 20 more to go.
Guardians of the Galaxy with Wade Wilson on the cover. Did
That's a lenticular?
no,
Was
nah,
that Man thing?
yeah,
Yep.
it was. Let's see, the Incredible Hulk Return to Planet Hulk. The Headshot variant.
Out here, how you just dropping them books like they ain't nothing.
The Champions with the Avengers. Thor 700. Y'all gonna trip on Thor. The Headshot Thor.
Is that supposed to be Jade Foster?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The movie Thor.
What?
Didn't they say that he got a new suit and a new hammer in that one?
Yeah, you know, cause she destroyed the he got the axe.
Yeah.
Talking about so after
The ultimate.
In the comic, he got a new. It's supposed to be like a gold hammer, I think.
And then
so this is like the ultimate hammer that he's supposed to have.
got that Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ultimate what hit I forgot the dude. He turned to the war Thor. He's got the ultimate hammer.
You talking about
Well, he had it was like X
Volstagg.
one side and then hammer on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a dude from the hammer from the Ultimate Universe appeared in 616, and somebody else has that hammer.
Volstagg.
Yep. What Matt was talking about earlier.
Was that the Thor that
Deadpool versus Old Man Logan?
Is that good?
That was the
I say this, it's funny. It's not like the all out battle. And then old variant there.
I like that one.
Yeah,
God,
I like that one better.
And Luke Cage, his legacy run.
Damn, I was joking about 20 later, but I was
The Luke Cage lenticular.
I like that.
Let's see. It's on now.
You
That's why I
know,
said
they're whooping somebody.
Oh, Spider Gwen, the headshot.
Y'all listen to this pal.
Look, I don't like how Gwenum looks, but that's how Gwenum looks.
Yeah, that's yeah, they look like Last of Us right there.
Yeah.
The bloaters.
The cable, how to draw cable variant.
How much was that variant?
$5. Let's see. And then the cable headshot.
Was it me or does it look like Josh Brolin in that?
He does. You know that's how they drawing all the characters now to look like the movie counterparts.
Okay.
Then how to draw Ironheart variant. And
some pretty bland instructions.
The trading card variant for Ironheart.
Hey man, how she fit that fro in that helmet, man?
You crazy, man. The headshot for Iron Man.
Skull cap.
This Victoria Breda have for?
The regular cover for Iron Man. And X-Men Gold. And I got Lethal Protector around here somewhere. When Matt said it, I kind of moved it. I forgot where I put it.
You probably got it in that start case behind you.
The Kirby? You didn't get the Kirby throwback variant?
No, either he gave it to Blaylock or he didn't have it.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
I know they did one for what?
They did one for Thor, I know.
Thor and Hulk, I think.
Yeah.
And Iron
Bro Coleman, did you go already, Bro Coleman?
Yeah, I already went.
Okay, all right. I stepped away from the few. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So out of the gate, first thing we got today. The lunchbox variant. Rugrats, dog.
What?
Rugrats number 1. The lunchbox variant.
Boy, they brought back so many memories just
right.
I'm talking about the lunchbox with the thermos and everything.
Thermos.
Wow, I
had a Ninja Turtle thermos, bro, in school.
Man, I still got my Batman and Mario brothers in the room.
We're gonna keep the Saturday morning theme going. We got Underdog number 1.
What y'all know about Underdog?
Hey, man. Spider-Man lenticular. Falcon, Iron Man lenticular. Invincible Iron Man 150 lenticular.
You man brought the lunchbox.
Predator.
Action Comics 989 lenticular. My Generations
second print.
Second print came in the mail. And probably one of my favorite Supergirl covers.
The art journal. Yep.
Art journal. Yep. All right. So my CGC slabs came back week before last. And let me tell you something, man. For those who are collecting, when you get your books, make sure you check your books. Make sure you flip through each page of your book. Because you do not want what happened to me to happen to you. So as I said, learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to suffer the same plight. I got the green slab of doom, which you do not want to get. I got a 4 on a book that would have probably been an 8 had we checked to see that the coupon was cut out the damn book.
Oh no.
Batman.
Only solace in that is the book is still worth about $500, even with the thing missing. So the only solace in it. But there is a redeeming grace. There's a redeeming grace in this. Redeeming grace. And that is that the tune has returned a 7. The Tomb of Dracula.
Dracula
is a 7. All right. Daredevil, number 16, was 6.5, which is good. I'll take that. And I knew this one was going to be low grade because I bought it and it was low grade. But Tomb of Dracula, number 1, is a 4.5. Slab, so it doesn't quite matter. And last but not least, Patsy and Heidi came back an 8.5. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good, man, for a book, a Silver Age book like that. Don't worry, Will got a 4 on one of his X-Men, like X-Men 16 or something like that. He got a 4 on one of his books, qualified too. So we both bit the bullet on. We both was pretty pissed about that, but learn from. Make sure you check your books, man. If y'all are buying these high octane books, make sure you double check to make sure that they're good. Better yet, that's what kind of goes back to, like I said, what Part 181. Don't just buy it slab. Don't even waste. If you're gonna buy it, just buy it slab, so that way you already know out the gate that you're in good shape, man. So
you know the value.
Yeah, bingo, exactly. So that's it on my end, man. The only thing I've got coming that came out today, outside of what I've already showed y'all, is the Larry. Did you get the Diodato Spider-Man? I mean Spider-Gwen 25. Did you get the one in I think it's the 1 in 50?
No, I only got the ones I showed y'all.
Yeah, if y'all can get that, man, I think you can get it for maybe 15 or 17 bucks. That's the one to get out of the Gwenum. That's the one to get. It's already 20. It's going. I've seen it starting to go for about 20 bucks already. So I caught it last night when it was 15. I just happened to see one for 15 and went ahead and got it. And I picked up that Larry, do you have that John Romita Spider-Man cover and it wasn't near you?
It's not near me.
Okay, I just I got
the t-shirt variant.
The t-shirt variant, yeah, because I don't think the panel has seen the t-shirt variant. TC may have seen it, but I don't think anybody else has seen the.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah,
me neither.
All right, so Larry, if you can grab that, if it's where you can put your hand on it.
Oh, let's see. I think what I did with it.
You know how many books he got to cipher through?
Man, stop.
I mean, he got
about 20,000.
But that's
that's it. Wheel.
That's it on my end. Spec wise, Al, I'm gonna hop in here right quick and let me pull up my books. That's
Hey, go ahead, man.
Let me hop in here, man, and pull up what's hot on the variant chart. And let me see here. See the top 10 comics. Number 1 is Spider-Gwen number 16, 1 in 50 variant. You got it there, Larry?
Yep.
Oh, the Picasso variant that TC just put up.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. Yeah, that book is going through the roof. Right now the number 1, well, according to Comic Book Invest, number 1 is Spider-Gwen Volume 2, number 16, the Dave Johnson variant. One sold last week for $1,800.
Man, let me find somebody who just want to buy a book for that much, man.
Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, the Great Land variant.
That's the one. Will would tell me about that today.
Yeah, $1,500. DuckTales number 1, the 1 in 25 black and white variant is $75 now. Let me see here. What else we got here?
Yeah, I don't see Al.
Yeah, I see him.
I got my. Larry, you want to go roll over to what's our other comic book chart book site? Comic book collect. What is it? Collect Comics.
Oh, Go Collect.
Go Collect. Yeah. Go Collect. See what's charting. Of course, the usual. That Amazing Spider-Man 361 is it's almost up that number 1, man.
Yep, almost.
And the highest graded sale was a 9.8, and it went for $267.
On eBay or an auction?
It says here eBay, and that was October
Interesting.
11th. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. They have, this is what I have in front of me according to their sales history. On a 9.8, they have the highest was $340 on October 11th.
Total Awesome Hope 22, 9.8 went for 178.55, and that's 28 sales.
X-Men 266. Let's see, the infamous $2 book that Al got. 9.8 went for $334.
What? For 266?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Spawn number one. We all have that on the panel. We all have Spawn number one. And Spawn number one, the unicorn variant, the unicorn, as they call it, the 9.9, actually went for $1,000. So I don't. They have the other numbers a lot, so I can't see what those were. Savage She-Hulk. Al, that has gone for $198.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Wolverine number one from the solo series. That one at a 9.8 has gone for $210, $100, and then from there it dips off a little bit. But this is clearly a book that looks like it is on the rise. So if you see that for a regular decent price, make sure you pick that up.
I need to have it was Spider-Man number one, the silver edition.
Which one?
The silver edition, Spider-Man number one.
Yeah, I just saw it on the. I actually just saw that. I just went past it. You got that one? You got that one, Larry?
Mm-hmm.
That one has gone for $251. It's a 9.9.
It's not. Yeah, it's 9.9.
9.9. So yeah, it's probably a little bit of a dip off there.
Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, boy.
Redneck number one. We'll go Redneck number one. Let's see what Redneck number one is. $57.
Which one?
And that's the regular edition. That's the regular.
So the ash can probably gonna be double that then.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
I would have to say so. I would have to say so.
For you, Al, giant size X-Men number one. 9.8, $6,427.
Put on layaway. But I do have X-Men 94 though, that Count Nefarious cover. The one, the 9.8 that went for $12,000. I do have that one.
It's crazy, man.
No.
The difference is the crazy between an 8 will give you $882. 8.5 will give you $1,000. A 9 will give you $1,200. 0.2 will give you $14. 0.4 will give you $19. 0.6 will give you $29. And a 0.8, you go from $29 to $6,000. That's the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's quite amazing to see what some of these books are going for.
Hey man, look at number 34.
Number 34.
I'll go collect.
Hey, why you talking, man? Lethal Protector number one has gone up. It jumped 35 spaces this week.
Let me see. Well, I mean, I got 2 copies.
Oh man,
That one is the rare. Well, that's the rare. That's the rare. It's listed as the rare one.
Yeah, rare era printing.
Yeah. Also known as the overpriced comic at the comic book convention.
Oh man.
So, I mean, this is a great site, by the way, Larry, for everybody who is not been to this site, man. I mean, it's just really good information here. I mean, now this is Amazing Spider-Man 700. This is a regular book, and I got this, man. This is look at $75 already.
Hold up.
Yeah, I got like
the New Mutants. The New Mutants 9.9 went for $949.
NYX 9.9 go for $4,178.
Jesus.
So, Inhumans number one. I think TC, did you get this one?
No, I didn't pick that one up.
Okay, yeah. 9.8 went for 427. I think I've got this in about a 8, I believe. I think it's an 8.
Yeah, like you said, Al, new mutants number 1, 9.9, $949.
That's crazy. That was $1 book like last year. I got 3 copies of that book.
Which one? New Mutants number 1?
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see here. Batman number 1. This is the New 52. I think the Snyder cover. And this is, oh my God, 104. Wow. It's kind of dipped off a little bit.
Black Panther number 1, 9.8, 550.51.
Batman 24.
Yeah, I was looking at the same thing.
$90.
Yep. 9.8, $90.
And that's probably
Which
gonna
one?
go the one that just came out, Batman. Here, right there.
How
Yep.
is that one so much?
Because that's the proposal.
The proposal.
But that goes to the question that I asked in the group. Like in 32, I think it is. She finally gave an answer. So is that gonna jump up in value?
I think
Because
that,
they
I
did
think
like 4 prints of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like he actually got an answer this time at the end of the war.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a landmark book too.
Because to me, just asking her to marry, I don't see why so many people are so gung ho over that book.
I guess it's the fact, man, that Batman is asking Catwoman to. I mean, I see the significance in it.
I mean, I get it, but not like that.
Well, you know, it don't take much to make the comic value go up.
You would have thought. I can't remember the number, but the issue when Damian Wayne was introduced would be more significant than that because they confirmed he planted seed. You know what I'm saying?
X-Men number 4, first appearance of Omega Red, 67.
Mm.
It went up 7%.
Mm.
I got that one.
Will ain't coming off the price of that one.
You said that's the first appearance of Omega Red?
Yeah, how much you want for it?
I mean, you can find Omega Red. You can find
He
that
wanted for 15, but I can get it for like $4 on Midtown.
Yeah, I was gonna say I paid like I think $7 or $8 for mine.
You can probably get it for less than that at Book Nook.
Here you go, Al.
I'm trying to get Larry a copy of it. Larry got a duplicate.
Oh, Vincent, what they got for it?
9.8 sold for $219.
Really?
Yeah.
Here you go, Al.
I know the copy got about an 8.5 at least.
The beginning of the Demon Bear saga, first appearance of Warlock, 129.17.
Really? What grade?
That's 9.8, and that's actually gone down 8.7% over the past week.
The whole series. That's what's up.
It's a cool little site, man. I stumbled upon it online one day.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoot,
there's a lot of good stuff on here, man.
To rate some of these books, man, I'm gonna have to slap just by everything I got.
Before another movie come out.
I mean, one of y'all
can't read none of it.
I mean, look at this. I can't remember who was with me. I think TC, I gave you this book. I think I gave you this one. Daredevil 183, 9.8 is $120. I think I paid like $3 for it. What's up? I mean,
oh, you talking about? You got me a copy too when you went up to Dang.
Pennies on the dollar, man.
Look, I guess this is a jump for this book, which I know everybody on this book. I know this book introduced me to comics. X-Men number 1, 1991. 9.8 would give you. It finally went up to $48.50.
And yours is probably 100 because you got it signed by the man himself.
Well, this the actual gate. This the gatefold cover.
Okay.
I got two of them. I got the 20th anniversary and I got the regular one.
X-Men Gold, Jason Scott Campbell, edition, $113.
Yeah, I see that. Better hurry and order that while it's cheaper on Midtown.
On Midtown, yeah.
Hey
How
man,
much is that?
Amazing Spider-Man 375. The Trial of Venom, $65.49.
Do they tell you the like what how much the, like first or second print is on there?
It'll tell you whatever it is. It don't. You have to
Hold up.
find it on actually on the site.
Check this out. That Flash 21, that first lenticular with him holding is reverse flashing the button. 9.9. That go for $96.33. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically what we're doing, we're just going over like comic books. Some of these comic books are relatively new, 3, 4, 5, 6 months new.
Right.
And the value of these particular books are pretty decent. So when somebody tells you that collecting comic books is for chumps, you tell them otherwise, because I'm probably sure that between the panel, we probably got enough to open up a franchise or something. Pull all our money together.
Right.
So, but on that note, we're gonna probably keep on looking at this information. It's been a pleasure being with y'all tonight. Does anybody else have any closing words to say before we end the broadcast?
We love y'all so much, man. We forgot we was on the air, man. This is how much we enjoy what we do.
TC?
Thank y'all for watching, man.
Hey, look, I appreciate you. TC, man, was on some different stuff tonight, man. X was on some different stuff tonight. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all jumping over to the dark side, man, because y'all have some harsh critiques, boy. You know, Matt was his normal, you know, that's the Skip Bayless of the crew.
No,
you know, Matt was his, Matt was his usual self.
My closing remark tonight is this. It's real simple. You've got 3 episodes for the Flash to get me around in, to get me situated. The clock starts now.
Speaking of the clock, the Doomsday.
Oh yeah, Doomsday Clock. Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't.
Any parting words, Xavier?
I would like to thank each and every single one of you all for continuing to support us and doing what we love to do. As you all see, we get caught up in this quite frequently, as we literally did what we do off the air, on the air for you all.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I thank you, and please keep supporting us.
All right. As X said, we do thank you for your viewership. If you are new to our broadcast, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you have friends that want to get into this whole deal, you can learn a lot from us. We're not experts in the slightest, but we know enough. You know, if you like what you hear, just keep on listening to us. On behalf of Tonio Coleman, Larry Crocker, Matthew Odom, Xavier Randall, my name is Al Rainey. I'd like to thank you all for watching us. We wish you peace, love, and soul. Y'all have a good night, and may the force be with you.
People all over the world.